This podcast is either going to piss you off or inspire the hell out of you. And I hope it's inspirational because I have two of the youngest hustlers I've ever met making absurd amount of money in a business model that isn't very obvious. So, Daniel, Luc, welcome to the podcast.
Very nice to be here.
Okay, so let's just kick it off the gate. How much money do you guys make?
I make around 6 figures a month in revenue.
Yeah, we do mid 6 figures a month on an average month.
And how old are you both?
I'm 15.
I am 18.
I'm 16.
You're 16?
I just turned 16. I just turned 16.
Happy birthday, bro.
Thank you.
Okay.
We're 18 and 16 and we make mid 6 figures a month.
Insane. How? Okay, just this blows my mind. But what did you guys do to make 6 figures a month? What do you do?
So we do Snapchat, and it's a very unorthodox thing. Not a lot of people know about it, but we got onto it early, and we basically produce content on the platform. We run a bunch of accounts, and yeah.
The overarching theme is it's content automation. So we run faceless channels, and we will either run voiceovers on them, or if it's a compilation show, we do it across YouTube. A lot of our money is made on Snapchat, and it's basically just we take brands with no face on them, and we only make money through ad revenue through pulling views on the faceless channels.
So you'll make ad revenue on YouTube or Snapchat specifically?
Exactly,
Yeah.
Okay, and when you say faceless, you mean like it's not like you're narrating it without your face and then making content, or
Yeah, so we have a couple shows on Snapchat that are just us narrating. So it's like it would be my voice or Daniel's voice, and there'd be subtitles that pop up onto the screen, and we talk about any topic. We do news, sports, entertainment,
Clip shows, satisfying content. There's no brand or person associated with anything we do, so it can basically be automated to existence in 10 years from now because no one is an overlying feature that needs to be on the content. It's on anything that goes on in the world, and that's how.
Yeah, it's like standalone content.
You're not reliant on a personal brand.
No,
not
not at all.
like me as a person.
Yeah, not at all. Yeah.
Anyone could come in, do the voiceover, and then
Yeah,
you guys just have
exactly.
like a trademarked editing style, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was crazy when you guys DM'd me. First off, I didn't believe it when you told me what you guys were doing. I was like, shut up. Like, you're trying to get on my podcast. But then you guys sent me your channel. I'm like, holy shit. Like, I actually watched this Snapchat one.
Yeah.
We did get onto the podcast, so.
Yeah.
So
we're here now.
verified the background, and it's actually legit. And I actually watched one of your Snapchat shows. I'm like, oh my God.
Damn,
So
bro, it's crazy. Like, my cousin tells me about people who be like, her teacher just watches our Snap shows, and people that she walks by at school will just watch our shows because they just appeal to the masses, and we've gained insane reach from them.
Yeah, the weird thing about Snapchat is there's no comments. There's like you cannot see the people that are watching your shows, right? So it literally just feels like a number on the screen, even though you're getting like right now we're doing like 3 million views a day on Snapchat,
God.
which is like it's like a crazy amount of people. And on YouTube that's insane because you're getting comments and people are giving feedback or people are roasting you or whatever. But on Snapchat it's just like it doesn't really feel real. I don't know how to explain it.
We don't get hate because no one can comment.
the smile on your face when you said that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's break this down for people who might not use Snapchat or don't understand the content that you guys are creating. First, I know you guys create like it's not just one Snapchat show. You guys have like a dozen going out, and Snapchat's a new show every day, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so
essentially.
we post once a day on all of our shows, and we got up to posting 15 videos a day. So we were running 15.
But they're different
shows.
types of videos.
Yeah, it was.
So you have a machine. At this
Yeah,
point.
exactly.
Yeah,
It's a
exactly.
content machine. I think at our peak we had like 20 employees.
Some full-time, some part-time, some freelancers. But we just have a whole thing going on in order to get episodes out effectively and quickly, and that's how we can run at such mass scale, basically.
And yeah, there were sort of like 2 divisions to the Snapchat section to where it's like the voiceover shows and then the clip shows. Clip shows are way easier to run.
They're like repurposed clips of like influencers.
Satisfying things.
It's basically like if ever you on Snapchat, there's a bunch of these shows that like you just press on and there's a bunch of like satisfying clips that show up and it's satisfying
like
pop.
slime. Or
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
So we have a show like that has 4 million subscribers, and it's just satisfying clips.
It's on Snapchat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay,
Exactly.
so let's just. I don't want to overwhelm people. You don't have to have 15 shows. Like, what's the most you've made on one show per month?
So on our first month on one show, we made $600,000.
What?
But like, there's a big but there. That is like not attainable. Like we got extremely bailed out. That is just like that is the most we've ever made on one show in 1 month ever. But
on an average month, on one of our shows, we'll make anywhere from $60,000 to $100,000.
Yeah.
And that's an average show. And on the underside, it's like on the low month, it'll be from 60. High end will be 110, 120. So it's very achievable to make money.
What is the cost for one show?
So it depends on the show. If it's the voiceover show, I would do the voiceovers, or Daniel would do the voiceovers. And I mean, my background is in script writing and his background was in editing. So on that $600,000 for that first show, we actually had zero cost. It was just us.
We did everything ourselves because we were so new to the platform. We didn't think of getting employees.
So straight profit.
That was our first 30
100%.
days on Snapchat. We did 600,000.
And it's just straight up ad revenue from Snapchat itself.
Yeah,
It's
no
ad
sponsor
revenue
deals.
from, I mean, it was the fastest growing show on Snapchat.
Well, you nailed it. Good job.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we can talk about this later, but we ended up getting to running 5 of the top 10 shows on Snapchat.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my
out
God.
Of the 15. Yeah.
We have
Okay.
a monopoly on the platform.
Calm down.
No.
You don't want to say that.
Whoa,
part.
Cut that out. Cut that
Okay,
out.
I like that. That was funny though. I like it. Flex, dude. Okay, so let's just say you have a show idea. I want to get into your machine, how you come up with show ideas and what works in a little bit, but just break it down for me. Like, how does someone get a show on Snapchat? And then what is that process of like actually posting? What are the requirements?
Yeah.
What's the game like?
We have a really funny way of how we got onto Snapchat. So I knew that Snapchat makes money from, we had a friend that was making money on Snapchat, but he was gatekeeping his Connect. So on Snapchat, it's not like YouTube to where you can just like start posting.
So like you can't just go on Snapchat and start making a channel and post videos.
No. So you need either like a rep for Snapchat. You need a portal.
Portal.
Yeah, that's what it is. And I mean, it's difficult to get. So we were looking for companies that had portals to reach out to. I reached out to maybe 40 people and I just got ghosted.
We were mass emailing people on a daily trying to get one, but it was very hard, especially being this was in early January, end of December. It was not a known thing. So it was so hard to get one, but Luke made it work.
So Snapchat gates who can actually post content.
Yeah, so in the early days of Snapchat, it used to be Snapchat directly would invite creators onto their platform, and literally there were like schedules of when you can post. So if you had an early Snapchat show like 2018, it was like you're posting on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It was very weird, but I mean it's good. And then now you need a connection to a portal, and then you can pitch a show, and if your show gets approved, then you can start posting.
So it's almost like TV back in the day. Like there's only a certain amount of
Yep.
slots.
It was like that.
And they wanted to curate exactly who got to produce what content.
100%.
There's only about 6,000 shows on Snapchat right now.
6,000
Which sounds
total?
like a lot, but if you think of a platform like Snapchat, which is $1 billion company, there aren't that many people creating
Right.
content, which shows that it's kind of a scarce thing.
And so if anyone wants to look at what they're doing, what they are, just if you have Snapchat, just look at Snapchat, swipe once to the left, and then there's just like these random shows, and they're like, what is it, 2.5 minutes each?
It can be 30 seconds to like 10 minutes, but like we would make 3-minute videos because we just thought that was the most
3-minute
optimal.
work best.
Most optimal.
And so you have to get a portal. You used to have to get invited, but now there's these things called portals that if you get access to, you're allowed to make a show. But then what's the process after that? Once you get a portal?
Yeah, so once you either get a portal or have you would probably go through a rep,
agency,
an agency that has a portal, and they would take a % cut.
Right.
And then once you have that, everyone runs it a bit differently. So like you'd have to make sort of like a pilot episode and pitch it onto Snapchat. So like we would post a 3-minute sports story, and that's what we would pitch as the pilot. And then you have 4 thumbnails on Snapchat that you make. So then you make 4 thumbnails for the episode. You upload the thumbnails, do the tags for the video, and then you press request review. And then they get back to you within a week or 2 if your show's accepted or denied.
So you have to get accepted. You have to submit it.
You can't just get a portal and then make content. You have to get accepted to make content. So you have to be weary about what you're posting and what kind of content you're making to get approved onto the platform.
So just like TV, it's like a pilot. You have to make a pilot. And if they
exactly. It's called a pilot.
And so, so they've definitely
It's called
got
pilot,
people from old school TV media then. Okay, so, but basically that's just like you're submitting this and you edited it, you come up with the concept completely. It's your own creative thought, and then you just hope you get approved.
Yeah, well, there's guidelines that you generally have to follow to get approved. So you just want to stay in those guidelines, like try to get your show accepted, and then if it gets accepted, you start making the content.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to go back on this because we have a very funny story of how we got our rep.
Yeah,
I started talking about it. We were looking everywhere for a rep. And actually, I was in Discord one day, and my friend was screen sharing, and I knew that he ran a Snapchat show, and he was screen sharing his WhatsApp messages. And I was like, oh, where is this going? So I pulled up OBS on my side monitor, and I pressed start recording. And he was scrolling through his messages with this guy, and like I didn't see anything. I was like depressed. I'm like, oh, no Snap Connect for me today. Ended the recording, watched it back, and for like 2 frames, you could see email me at this email. So I emailed that email just assuming that he was a Snapchat rep, and I'm like, hey, I'm a YouTuber. I'll make a Snapchat show. I'll make it blow up. We're all gonna to make a lot of money. Let me make a show with you. And he's like, okay, sure. And then I got on a call with him. We pitched the show. It got approved. And then the first 30 days we did $600,000.
Yeah, it was really good. And the good thing about Snapchat, unlike other platforms, is that once you get a show approved, it's instantly monetized and you don't have to hit requirements to make money. You just get your show approved and you can make money from your first video.
Holy shit. Okay, then if there are 6,000, do you know how they decide what to push? Or is it completely random?
Yeah, it's obviously just it's like YouTube
algorithm based.
It's just algorithm based.
Do
Like
you get any of those stats? Like, do you see the data?
Yeah, you see all the stats, like your retention, what people watch, how good your thumbnails perform, but just based off the environment on Snapchat, and you see other shows that are doing well and other things that are working, and you basically try to replicate that and make it better, and that's how we saw our success. So for example, people were posting 3 times or 4 times a week because there was a myth going around that posting every day was not good for your channel. So we were like, why don't we just post every day and see what happens? And it turned out that our output was insane, and we would wake up every single day to 3 to 4 million views an episode on our first month, and that kind of broke the myth on the platform, and a lot of people now have started posting every day because they see it works.
Yeah.
How do they know it's working for you from afar? Because
they see our subscribers going up, and they just see our success basically.
Yeah, this is the interesting thing about Snapchat. You actually can't see views on episodes from other people. You can only see views on your own thing. So it would either be like you can see subscriber growth. So like if you're deep into Snapchat, like there's only a very few people that are deep into Snapchat shows. So they'd be like, oh, this specific show has gained 100,000 subscribers this month. They're popping. What are they doing? Let's emulate that.
So you guys got a portal directly. You didn't even have to go through a rep.
We did go through a rep.
We did go through
a rep.
Yeah. So that was the guy that I emailed was a rep. And it's still very difficult to find a rep. So me finding that rep was like, oh my God. And he takes a percentage cut of all the shows to pitch the shows. That's this day. That's how it works on Snapchat.
Yeah, now we've obviously, like, as the environment has gotten more popular on Snapchat, more and more people are getting on the platform, but it's still the same system where you have to go through an agent, a rep, or even have your own portal through someone you know to start making the content. Obviously, you can guess, like, in December it was extremely hard, but now it's pretty attainable for people to do.
So it's a little easier now.
It's a little easier, yeah.
How do people find a rep? Because obviously that's not replicable. People can't just go find their friend who they know have a rep.
You can go to media companies that likely have Snapchat portals or people that are already posting on Snapchat. Like you can see the name of the Snapchat shows, and there's like big companies that have these. So like what we did was we would go and email these types of companies or try to find people that are posting about Snapchat shows on LinkedIn, talk to them about it, people posting them on Twitter. I mean, it's not something that's widely talked about, but there's definitely people that do talk about it.
So there are agencies that this is their business model.
Yeah,
and
100%.
If you have an idea or something to show, you could probably send them an email and be like, hey, I've made this type of content. I think it'd perform well on Snapchat. What do you think? Just something like that.
If you just do some digging, you'll find a way to get onto the platform, and it's very doable now. Like in June, July we are, so it's way into the system. Like Snapchat's getting more popularity every day, so people are understanding how to get on more and more.
Okay, but this is the opportunity. So since it's harder to get on there, if you can get on there and you make good content, it's easier to succeed than on, say, YouTube. Would you say that or no?
Well, there's less of a
not easy, but
yeah, I mean, so like that's very subjective because we also run YouTube, and we'll talk about this later. But like our third video on a new YouTube channel got 1.2 million views. So like it's subjectively easier on Snapchat than on YouTube, yes. But I mean, it's still difficult to pull views. Like it's not like, oh,
you have to be good at making content.
If you get a Snapchat,
you have to be good at
exactly.
making
It's not like if you
content.
get a show approved instantly, you're going to start pulling 3 million views of
because
a video.
you're working with people who are going to watch your videos. You have to make them enjoy your videos. If you know how to do that, you'll have a higher chance of success than if you don't.
The bottom line is like, this is for YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, everything like that's algorithm based. To go viral organically, you just make good videos. Like that's the bottom line. You can like.
Okay, so let's go into that. I want to go into like retention. I want to go into the concept behind
my background
content and everything.
Yeah, my background is just making videos go viral, especially on YouTube. Like, so this goes back into our background, but I mean, it was October 14th, 2022. I called him. We were making no money at the time. I was a Fortnite YouTuber, so we were making no money at the time.
Fortnite, like the game?
Yes.
Yeah, and I was an editor. I was like 15 at the time.
Fortnite editor?
No, just an editor for people. I'd edited for FaZe. I'd edited for a bunch of people.
He edited for me when he was 13.
Yeah,
wow.
And I used to edit for him, and I used to get his videos back in 30 minutes, like 10-minute videos. But they were his most popular, by the way. But anyways, so
I love your content.
I was 15, and the max I had made in a month was $1,000. So you can obviously see like the jump from December, which I made $1,000 or $2,000 into January, where we hit 600,000.
Yeah.
I never had that build up to 5 figures or anything like that. I went from 4 to 6 figures in the matter of 30 days.
What did your parents say? I have to ask you.
the way Snapchat works is they'll reveal your revenue 30 days after you start making content. So for 30 days that we were we didn't know anything that was going on. We were like, are we doing well? Are we making money? The day it got revealed to us, which was the 12th of January, I remember, and it was like 2 a.m. for me. I wake up to him FaceTiming me, being like, bro, guess what we just made? I'm like, what did we just make? He's like, our revenue shows $186,000 because it was like 12 days into the month.
Shit,
and I called my mom. I started screaming and I was like, Mom, I made it. I'm out the trenches. Like we made it happen. And so like I was freaking out. And I knew like, okay, this is gonna work. Like, we got it.
Out the trenches.
What did your mom say?
She was freaking out. She's like, I'm so proud. She didn't believe it at first. She thought it was fake. So she was like, refresh the tab. She thought I inspected element in it or something to make her happy. But it was real, and she freaked out. I showed my dad. I showed a bunch of my family members.
What do your parents do?
What they do?
Yeah.
They work on like e-commerce and stuff, and they do e-commerce, but they've never been in like this space of content and knowing how it works. So it was such a crazy thing to them. And since I was 12, I've been working on social media, but I've never made money. So for them to finally see that me telling them, yo, I'm gonna be rich next month, like it actually paid off. They're like, okay, now like.
Where do you live? What country?
I live in Cyprus.
That's a country, right?
Yeah, like it is a country. It's a very small island in Europe.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, no one has, to be honest. Like,
is it like a poor country? Is it well
No, it's
off?
like a semi. I mean, there's more cats than people in Cyprus. That's a fact that anyone could Google. So, like, it's a very small country, but you know, we came out the trenches, like I said, out of a small island, and we made it work.
Yeah.
And now we're in Arizona.
That's
baby.
hilarious.
Let's go. But back to the retention and what makes a good show.
Yeah, well, so I was gonna say I've been making money online since I was 15 as well. I'm 18 now and he's 16. So like when he was editing for me on Fortnite, that's how I started making my money. So like my parents have been like, okay, yeah, he makes money online for the entire time. Obviously they were.
So you had but you had been creeping up a little bit with because you have a lot of subscribers for Fortnite.
Yeah.
Were you a competitive Fortnite player or like strict? Like was it like trolling?
I edited fast in Fortnite. That was the whole thing.
You built fast?
Yeah, I built fast.
You were a fast build. Dude, that's when Fortnite got ruined for me. When you
you
little kids.
He ruined it for you.
Yeah.
You look up
the
some
nerds that started like
you look
building
up some
three
Not Luke
levels.
montages. Oof. Yeah, I built fast in Fortnite. That's how I blew up. I got 800,000 subscribers when I was 15, 16.
Dude, you went viral for showing like a special thing in Fortnite that no one knew how to build fast, and like it became a whole meta like with the keybinds.
Fortnite was huge, but yes, after season 6, you guys got way too nerdy for me.
Season 6?
Yeah.
Dude, in season 6, he was like 11.
Yeah.
I'm old.
Yeah, exactly. So anyways, I'd been making money online, so like it wasn't very much new to my parents, but yeah, that's how we sort of got into the like retention space of like I over obsessed over like what makes videos go viral. Why does this video have 1 million views and this video has 10,000 views? And then that's how we funneled into Snapchat, because I called him October 14th. I'm like, yo, let's start a shorts channel. Short form content is the wave. This is what people are consuming. I wasn't doing anything. I hated Fortnite, so I stopped uploading. So I'm like, I need to do something with my life. So we started a shorts channel from 0. I have a video recorded on my computer that was like, okay, this channel is at 0 right now. The channel's called Slam Dunk. You can look it up on YouTube. 0 subscribers, and I said in 2 months we're gonna have 100,000 subscribers, and in 42 days we posted 1 video a day. We hit 100,000.
Holy shit!
Our most viewed video has 80 million views.
That one's all short form, right?
All short form content.
All short form. Huh.
And in 6 months we hit 1 million on there.
Okay, so let's first. If I wanted to make a Snapchat show today, how would we come up with an idea together right now that you think would work? What do you think about?
Okay, so first thing you go do is you go onto Snapchat, the app, and you see the shows that are currently in the ecosystem. What are people posting? And you can check their subscribers. If they have more subscribers, you can kind of put your 2 cents in and see, okay, people are enjoying this type of content. Once you have that in your brain, you can go get your portal or go through an agent, get onto the platform, and apply for a show. You just read the guidelines, see what Snapchat wants people to post, and once you're on the platform, you can start making content. But it gets a bit tricky because you posting a video, just because not a lot of people are on Snapchat does not mean it's going to go viral. You have to make a good video. And in order to make a good video, I'd just say go post your video, see how many views it gets, and see the stats on it. See like the analytics, the CTR, the titles, and just basically analyze your content and make it better every single episode. And eventually something will hit, something will not hit. It's like sometimes your videos will do well, something they don't, but you have to learn how to create good videos.
But how would you choose what niche to go after?
I mean, so this is just, there's a bunch of faceless YouTube channels. There's like the main niches of like sports, news and drama, crime, that type of thing. So, I mean, what we did, we just looked at what was doing good on Snapchat. We would go onto our Snapchat page, like what's doing good? And we're like, oh, well, we'll do a sports show, for example. And then we just pitched a sports show, and then sports show gets approved. And then it's really like half of the battle is getting the show approved. But then the main thing is like, okay, how do you actually get these videos to pull views? Because you'll start uploading and pull 0 views.
On Snapchat?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
100%.
So are you going to copy their style directly, or are you like this category, but I'm going to take a new angle? Like,
Yeah. So, I mean, what we've always done is we look at the categories of like, okay, if this is news and drama, or if this is sports, whatever, and then we figure out what is the edge here to make it better. Are they uploading every 3 days? We'll upload every single day. Are they tapping into good intros? Are they like optimizing their content well? What is the voiceover like? Is the editing good? Like, so it's just like a million little things, and just like finding a slight edge could give you that
Yeah,
much.
like what he used to do is he used to download these scripts from other shows. We'd like listen to the videos and then write every word they'd say, have the whole script transcribed on a Google Doc, and see like, okay, why would people stay here? Why would people find this interesting? And we just analyze everything, make notes, and eventually like we got the formula down, and we just kept
what's
working
the formula
on it.
you have down?
Well, it's just to make good videos.
So, I mean,
There's like a hook. There's
over
like 3 second
encompassing-
hook.
yeah, so-
Yeah.
Then there's like 15-second like identifying
on,
the problem.
On YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, everything, they show you where people click off of your video.
Right.
So the formula is make a video, see where people click off, and then try to get them to not click off on that part on the next video. So if you do a hook that's 5 seconds long and you do it in one way, and it's like you lose 50% of your viewers, oh, that's not good. Do it a 3-second hook. Do no hook. Just just get right into the video. So it's just like, it's sort of just hit and miss until you find something that works. If you look on the YouTube channel, the Shorts channel that we started, we have a formula down. It's like, okay, we do hook, leading in sentence.
Leading in sentence?
So it's like, I'd almost have to pull up a video to show you, which I can't do right now, but we do a hook on like, okay, this is what we're going to talk about. And then we lead it into the next idea of like the development of the video. And it just sort of flows like that every single video. I mean, a lot of these big...
What are all the terms of retention? Hook, leading in sentence, main story. What is it?
They're not really terms. It's just like the beginning of your video is obviously the intro, the hook, what's going to reel people in. The middle of your video is the kind of bulk of the story to keep people entertained. And then the end is the kind of either the call to action or just the abrupt end of the video. People overcomplicate how to go viral on social media. These social media platforms will give you statistics for a reason, and you just need to read those statistics and you'll improve. People who don't have really experience with social media will go viral, and there's a reason for it. It's just because you make a piece of entertaining content. When you look at a retention graph and you see a dip in a certain section, you obviously know that section may not have been the best that it could be, and you just try new ways to make it better. If the second way doesn't work, you go on the third, and that's just basically what we did on the platforms we've worked on to go viral. It's really not, it doesn't get much deeper than that. There's no secret to anything. It's just you see what people enjoy and you capitalize on that, and then you just keep adapting with the way the world of the internet is. So maybe a year ago people would have enjoyed certain ideas and content formulas, but now people like different ideas because new creators pop up every day and there's new formulas that are being shown on YouTube, different styles of content.
Yeah.
So it's just very intuitive the way you need to blow up on social media. Just make
It's intuitive
good
for you
videos.
because you guys are young and you've consumed the content a lot.
Yeah, exactly. It's the type of thing where it's probably easier for us to say than people who maybe like don't sit on TikTok for 12 hours a day. But
So what
like-
should I look for if I wanted like for a niche, like a niche wise? What should I be looking for?
Just trend jack, honestly. So like right now, if you were to start a shorts channel, I'd go and talk about rappers or maybe talk about something big in sports. Just also what you want to make. So like the biggest niche I'd say is like social media, like Andrew Tate, Mr. Beast, like this type of stuff, Kai Cenat. You make videos on these types of people, most likely to do well. And then
So like the entertainment
This
industry.
is-
the entertainment.
this is one that's like, for example, like that's like advice that we can give people. But if everyone started doing that, then it's not going to work for everybody.
Right.
So it's
It's just something I'm throwing
one
off
of
the
my
top of my head.
one of my really good friends is into basketball. Start a basketball shorts channel.
Around
It does
NBA
very
players.
well.
Yeah,
around different-
just
okay.
like talk about anything NBA. Look at the channels that
People
are doing
love
well
talking
in the
about
niche.
people.
It's
People
like
There's
love-
famous peoples in every vertical of
Yes,
the world.
yes.
So
People-
if
so
you
it's
talk,
people.
yeah, exactly. So
So you pick a
make
niche
videos
and then
on
go into the people that are big in
100%.
that niche.
there
Like
is
if
this
it's science,
channel on
Neil deGrasse
Exactly.
Tyson.
So
Yes,
like on
yes.
Slam Dunk Shorts, when people go and search it up, they'll see we've made countless videos on Mr. Beast about certain things that he's done in his life and interesting stories on him that he's just talked about on podcasts. So what we would do is we would go watch his podcast for hours, extract interesting stories, and turn them into 20 to 30-second
So
videos.
I would just take stuff from my podcast,
or you
from
could
my
go to,
guests, and
you
then
could
just
do
make
that, or
voiceovers.
if you have like, you could go on basketball and see these people who do interviews and
Dude,
podcasts. Or
We're thinking like
stories.
macroly. There's literally a channel on YouTube right now that's pulling 250 million views a month that cleans cow hooves.
I've watched that shit.
Exactly,
It's
exactly.
so weird.
Yeah,
But it's like
it works. there's Dylan.
This man's whole life is cleaning cows.
There's this guy on TikTok, Dylan LeMay, that makes ice cream cakes, or like Milad Merg that does Subway, and he's
or
pulling
like
a billion
shearing
views a
lambs,
month.
dude. Have you ever seen those? Like these shearers, bro. They
The
go and
slime
like,
stuff. That
Yeah.
shit is
Yep.
so weird.
You can literally do
You
anything.
can go viral on anything. Like you can go viral
So
on anything.
People
Anything's
are like,
viral potential.
this is why when people ask me like the question of like, and it's a very valid question, like what should I make videos on?
Yeah.
You just got to figure it out. What do you want to make videos on?
But I like the insight of people. People like learning about other people. Like that's why the
100%.
Kardashians are so big.
That's
And
why I
so
recommend so any niche,
just
any
do the
niche.
people of that niche. the
Because there's
celebrities
always
of that
going
niche.
to be a big person in the niche.
Right.
Maybe golf isn't the biggest sport in the world, but everyone knows who Tiger Woods is.
Yeah.
You could very easily
So
go.
it's broad enough.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
can hit a
So
broad market.
you could really just go and go viral if you learn how to do it in any niche. And that's why people really overthink starting a channel before they start it. You just need to start.
You just start, yeah.
And then something will happen. Like, just start it.
And-
People will be like, what do I make this video on? I need the idea to be perfect before I make my first video. It doesn't need to
no.
be
You
perfect.
can.
You have to learn. Just
Your,
get stuff
your
out
first
there.
video will not be
Your first
perfect.
10.
Your
That's what I
first
tell everybody.
100 videos. Yeah. So
Don't talk to me until you've made 10 videos.
Exactly.
That's always what I tell
And
people.
Always, this is just like a complete generalization, but you can apply it. Like if you love playing Minecraft, Dream Trenjacked with PewDiePie. He found his base coordinates on this server.
Mr. Beast plays Minecraft as
And
well.
he's
Like,
just
so
like-
many things.
It's just like
I love Minecraft.
There's a million
Yeah, it's
different
fun.
ways that you can
Fire.
use Trenjacking to start. You just gotta start. I don't know. That's like
Yeah, 100. Like,
That's how my YouTube channel grew.
yeah.
100%.
You just use big people's names, and Shorts is very good for that stuff. If you talk about people, like, I know a guy who's running a Shorts channel in the sports niche, soccer, football, whatever, and he's talking about these big trade transfers that are going on with these people, and he's getting millions of views per video because the football audience loves it. Like, everyone knows who Ronaldo is, Messi, Mbappe. Like, videos on these people will go viral whether you like football or not. Seeing someone getting a $100 million contract in a year, like XQC
I was just about to
getting a
say.
$100 million
Kick.
contract on Kick, even if you're not in the Twitch and Kick world, that's very interesting to listen to. Like,
Streamer makes more than LeBron
we're
James.
talking about like a
Yeah,
business,
yeah.
like these people.
Is that
who
your
started-
guys' video that I got that?
No, we've
Okay.
never made a video on
Okay,
that.
okay.
But like, there's like, you can make videos, for example, on business people, like this 18. I used to watch these videos when I was like 11 or 10 about these people who would go interview these kids who start like companies. There was one where this 18-year-old kid went and made this thing where he puts them at kids' baseball games, and it's like a vending machine for first aid. And like, I saw someone recreate a short on that, like just a few weeks ago on my just scrolling.
Interesting.
And this story came out like 7 years ago. I watched it on my mom's laptop when I was 10,
So it's just making
and it just
you-
went viral again.
Damn, that's not a bad
Do you
one.
know there's I'm blanking on this guy's name. He runs this agency called Clip.co.
Is it
damn
the
it,
Twitch thing?
No,
Oh.
blanking on his name anyways. But basically what he does is he takes Vox stories, like 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old Vox stories, and they have some banger stories, and he just tells them in shorts. He's like, this is the story of why,
Storytelling is
he's like,
all
this
the
is why
time.
lobsters are so popular right now.
But this is the skill, picking out a story that you know is interesting.
But
And
what
it
do you
wouldn't be-
find interesting? Like, what, like, if you just look at yourself and you read something, do I find this interesting? If you find it interesting, there's a good chance other people will as well. And that's just basically what you have to base it off. Like, another thing, for example, is if you go on like Business Insider or you go onto the BuzzFeed, you read their articles. You could find an interesting story from their articles because these people like to cover interesting stories. Like someone who can like there's people who like their skin is magnet and they can connect cans to their face and it doesn't fall off. If someone made a short on that, I'm sure it'd go viral.
And you're just playing the views game.
Yeah, just like, dude,
Or
it's
ad
just
rev.
interesting videos, and then there's like the thing where you have to learn how to actually curate the videos by learning, but just a mix of the both, and you can go viral. So
Yeah,
it's
so
not
like
that
learning the
deep.
skill of like story selection, which
Yeah.
isn't too hard. I mean, you could find a story from 30 years ago.
Interesting
that was,
stories
like, big in the
everywhere, bro. Like,
newspaper.
who founded
yeah.
the shirt company?
Does
Maybe it
it-
was a
yeah.
17-year-old kid.
How do you guys keep up with all the because you guys have like entertainment channels. How do you keep
Yeah.
up with all of the relevant?
I mean,
It's my life. Like, I go on Twitter and I just look at news just by
dude,
scrolling. And
we
that's a
are the
video.
prime consumers.
You'll take it from Twitter. That's a process we do at our blog. It's like
I'm the
we'll find
consumer
stuff on
of my
Twitter and then we'll
content.
put it on our blog for SEO through Google.
Yeah, like, dude, we're the
Yeah.
consumers of our content. So we'll go on Twitter and find these
to
stories.
see what
and
the
find them
topic of the
interesting.
day is on
Dude,
Twitter.
if we
Twitter's the best
see-
place to get relevant information.
If
Oh,
we see
for sure.
Kai Sanat like doing a stream with someone and we're
Done.
like, oh, this
Yeah.
is boom, it's like, oh,
Dude, like,
cool.
we saw
Let's make a
Kai
video.
Cenat, for example. If he does a stream with, let's say, a rapper, and we make a video on that, guaranteed to get over 1 million views once we've figured out our formula. If someone does that and gets to the point where they know how to curate the video, all the rest of the job is just to find the idea. And we've made videos with perfect stats, but the idea sucks and it just won't do well.
Yep.
So it's also about finding the good idea.
So you're basically finding people who say outlandish stuff on the internet and then just repurpose it.
Outlandish stuff, do outlandish things, really funny stories, case scenarios.
It depends on the channel though too. Like,
of course, you have 12 different. That's just one.
On the news
that's
channels,
just slam
that's 100%.
And like on Slam Dunk Shorts, for example, like really funny stories. I tell him this specifically. So when we would like scroll on shorts and we'd see Mr. Beast like do something specific, I would twist the story.
It's the type of thing where this is the only sauce we've had for the Shorts YouTube channel. It's we make a video, we look at the retention graph. Where do people click off? How do we make people not click off? And then we make another video. That's all we did for that entire channel. We went from 0 to 1 million subscribers in 6 months doing that.
But it's the same. But for each show, it'll be the same. Like it'll be like entertainment. And so it's like an entertainment niche or sports niche.
Yeah.
And so you have to make another sports video.
Yeah, so we
just
follow
try
the
to
same
raise that retention curve.
Yeah, we follow the same style of content
Right.
on the different niches we work on. But it's because when we see something work on something, we try to emulate it and make it better. There's always better. So if we see a video doesn't perform well, it might have been the idea of the video. It might have been that our thumbnails weren't good on the video. It might have been that our script wasn't good. And you could see these reflected onto the stats. So the thumbnail click-through rate was too low, so people didn't enjoy it. So that let's make it better.
What's a good click-through rate?
On
you?
YouTube?
It's subjective. It's completely subjective.
On
It
the
depends
niche as
on,
well.
It depends on the niche that you're in. It depends on like how long the video is. If a video is like, there's like a million different pieces to it. It's not like what is a good retention, what is a good click-through rate. It's very subjective to your niche. Like on Slam Dunk, the YouTube channel, the Shorts channel that we ran, I mean, good retention would be 95% plus on a 30-second video because it's a 30-second video.
But
right?
on a long form video that's 8 to 10 minutes.
But yeah, on this
can't do that.
podcast, which is going to be like 2 hours long, 10% average view duration, 20%, like it's just completely subjective to the niche you're in, the type of content you make.
Okay.
So you're almost competing against yourself. It's like, how do I make each video better?
Do you think the algorithm looks at your average video performance, and if it does better on your channel, then it's going to push it further? Just because it did better on your channel specifically?
What do you mean by that?
So like say I upload different types of videos. I'll upload a 15-minute video, then I'll upload a 3-hour podcast. Those will have completely different
because it's a specific
metrics.
video. It's a different
thing.
thing.
Will YouTube's algorithm look at just specifically my YouTube video performance and then see, since like a 3-hour podcast, my average view duration is 10 minutes?
No.
Okay.
So it doesn't look at your average.
You can make, I mean, Mr. Beast has done this too. He's made a 6-minute video go viral and he's made a 25-minute video go viral. His videos are different lengths of everything. And it's just like, typically in my mind, when I was making the Fortnite videos, which is no like set length, I would just do however long the video is to be entertaining. Like, okay, if the content dies off at 12 minutes, don't keep going for another 5 minutes to get more ads. You just kill the video off and it's like, it's ended there.
Are you running multiple ads in a video on YouTube?
Yeah. So YouTube, you can place your own ads or YouTube places it automatically. It doesn't really make a huge difference on your CPMs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So I still want to go a little bit deeper into the science of like making good content. Like, you guys have, I can just imagine, like thousands of things you want to say right now.
So my mind explodes when you say that.
Yeah, that's what I'm
saying. It's the type of thing where I can talk about this, and I will talk about this for the next 3 hours if we need to, and 100%. Like we'll dive into this, but you won't understand how to do it until you've already done it. Like you have to be in the field, like making videos to understand. Like
there's like constantly a shifting meta in a way.
100%, and something like I said that worked a year ago might not work today. Styles of content like have evolution to them and will change. Like Mr. Beast's video, the biggest creator on the platform, his videos a year ago are different to his videos now. The way they're structured, the way he gives his hooks, the way they're edited, because people evolve, and the thing as well is that people's attention spans are getting shorter. So your
guys' videos are so fast paced.
Yeah.
I mean, on Snapchat they are, and it depends on the specific show. But yeah, a lot of our videos on Snapchat are very fast-paced because that is a platform that will typically, there's older people on Snapchat too, but a lot of our viewers were the under 18 range, so that's sort of a more fast-paced thing. Our shorts videos on YouTube are more fast-paced as well because it's short-form content. It's like get more in. But we have a bunch of faceless channels where like it's slower paced, it's more like chill, I'm not screaming into the microphone, that type of thing. It's just you have to play to the niche that you're in.
Okay.
Niche is a big factor in how you produce the content. So like if you're a show that is on sports and you're telling news on sports, maybe you don't want to just drag it out as much. You want to get to the point of what the news is as quick as possible. Whereas if you're telling like a story or you're making like a documentary on something, you want to like have the video played out, give points in depth onto what's going on for people to have a better story. So it's just like the niche plays a factor on the way you produce the video, but it kind of just comes down to entertaining people, and the way to entertain people.
This is something that's important to bring up. Like it's not 1-to-1. Like I can be like, okay, I've seen videos on our YouTube channels that are like, okay, this is 95% average view duration. And then I have another video that's 85% average view duration, but the 85% average view duration gets 5 times more views than the 95%. It's not 1-to-1. It's not like, there's no like formula to it. You almost just have to do the best you can and then
compare and grow and split
like,
test.
As a YouTuber, if you make the best videos that you possibly can and you make better videos every single time, then everything good will come to you. You'll get views, you'll get whatever.
But you guys still like choose the type of content that you make. Like your channels are very specific.
Yeah, because it's their niches. It's
like
the
your
niche of
YouTube
content.
channel.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
Why'd you pick that niche for that YouTube channel?
For the Slam Dunk YouTube channel specifically, it was just, we wanted to trend jack. So that is
trend jack.
Yeah, it's like we didn't have, the channel was not associated to any of our face or name or anything. So we were playing off of other people's, like, we talked about Mr. Beast a ton on the channel to where like, okay, if we talk about a Mr. Beast story, and a bunch of channels do this now. There's like 5 or 10 channels.
It's the news cycle of traditional media where every week there's like a hot topic. So
trend jacking, which basically means you just go on to whatever's hot at the time. And like Mr. Beast obviously is a very hot topic, and we just made interesting stories on him and it blew up.
I mean, yeah. So for example, Dream, Minecraft YouTuber, 10 million, or I don't know how many million subscribers he has now. He started off his channel, I think 4 years ago, talking about PewDiePie. He's like PewDiePie Minecraft based coordinates, whatever. And like, that's how he got his first viral video.
Yeah.
To where like he got a viral video talking about someone that was already popular. And then he went into his own content. So like our most viral video on that Slam Dunk YouTube channel has 80 million views. And it's not talking about anyone. It's talking about the primitive survival videos. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
The guys at 3 a.m. that you watch. Yeah. So it's about how those videos are fake. And that video has,
I was just talking to someone yesterday
80 million views on something so off topic to our channel. And
exactly. It's the type of thing to where we blew up that channel from talking about like the trend jacking type stuff. And then we could move into whatever we wanted to because we already had the audience there.
Baseline following.
Exactly.
And also like our first few videos on that channel did not hit instantly. But now if you go and look at our first video, it has over 11 million views. And that happened when our rest of our momentum took off. So we didn't get discouraged when our first few videos didn't hit. We just kept making content, looking at the graphs, making them better. And eventually stuff started to roll and our channel started to gain momentum. And that primitive survival video, which was something so off topic. And he even told me like, because we had gotten an editor for it originally and he didn't like how it turned out. So we're like, let's do it again. Trust me, it's going to go viral. This is going to be our most viral video. That's what he said.
I literally texted him and I'm like, dude, this video is going to be our most viral video. I was like, swear to God.
Okay, so I put effort into the edit because like he said it was going to be the most viral, and that's when I was editing everything at the time. And 80 million views later, it is our most viral video. So
first off, I would say that YouTube and the content you guys make, this is a skill that you just learn, and then it kind of feels intuitive because you've been editing from 11 years old.
Yeah,
now you're
12,
16.
Yeah, since
so 4 years of you learning the skill. Same with you since Fortnite and everything.
Yeah, I used to edit my own videos. I voice over all the own videos. I literally at one point during Snapchat era, we were running 5 script writing shows and we had no employees. So we had some editors, whatever. We had no. You guys
are working your ass off.
Yeah, at one point we had no one.
Oh my God! January, February, March, April. I would go to bed 7, 8, 9 in the morning, and I'd have to wake up at like 11 to start employees.
So let me just give you an example. I missed 70% of my school year this year.
Because we're both still in school. I dropped out of school because of Snapchat.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. So
Holy sh- are you still in school?
Yeah, like barely, but yes, I am still in school.
He's in high school.
70% of my school
year. Just started high school.
Like 60-70% of my school year I missed because we would stay up. So he'd stay up like EST time until 10 a.m. from the night before, and I'd stay up through school hours to edit these videos.
How are you here right now?
Bro, we just made it work. So basically, like, what's
just made it work.
What's crazy is that, like, instead of just one show where me and him would do it, before we had employees, dude, we had like 2-3 shows that we were each. He was voiceovering and he was script writing and I was editing, and we had to manage everything. Eventually, we got employees, so now it's more automated, but we're still over everything. So I don't edit the videos anymore. He doesn't script the videos anymore, but we look over everything to make it good. But at the beginning, from like, what was it, January to March?
Yeah. I don't know what was in my mind to not hire out employees, but for whatever reason, it didn't occur to me that we could hire out employees. So
were you worried they couldn't do it as good as you or something?
I guess.
We just didn't even think of it. That's just not a thought.
YouTubers say that all the time, like, oh, this editor can't edit as good as me. I don't want to outsource it. It's a complete lie. There's someone that can do it better than you.
100%.
If you like, complete lie. So it wasn't really that. It's just like, it didn't occur to me in my mind that I'm like, oh, I could actually scale this to be 15 plus Snapchat shows. So like I was scripting and voicing videos and he was editing like multiple videos a day.
And like eventually we had the whole full team built out, and we understood like, yeah, this is how we can really get it to mass scale if we have people do it for us. So at the beginning as well, our employees didn't really know what they were doing, so we'd sit on hour-long calls with them, teach them meticulously every single thing that we learned, doing it on a daily basis for months. So we basically curated a machine to run these episodes, and now they just basically run themselves, and we just keep up with them. And
Are you choosing which topics to cover, or do you have someone full-time doing that?
A mix.
It's like 50-50. So if I see something on my Twitter
send it over
timeline,
to the
I'm
team.
like, yo,
Yeah,
let's do this,
exactly.
whatever.
Like,
Yeah, exactly.
There were times as well when we used to do the videos where we would have a whole topic ready and edited. It would be 7 a.m. for me and like 10 a.m. for him, or it would be very late for both of us, and something else would pop up on Twitter, be like, yo, this is a better story. We'd scrap the whole thing we just worked 7 hours on and make a new video completely because we knew it would do better, and that'd pay off literally every time. We were just in the grind because
the speed.
You had to be the best at what you do. Like, people had Snapchat shows when we had Snapchat shows, obviously, but they just didn't take the grind as seriously as us, I don't think, and that's why we were like the fastest growing show in January.
Yeah, so like this is just so many funny stories came out of Snapchat. Literally, it would be 7, 8 a.m. in the morning, and I'd like text. I had one other friend too that ran Snapchat shows, who got into it with us sort of. And I would literally text him like, how many thumbnails have you done tonight? Because per episode on Snapchat, you have to do 4 thumbnails. So like if we're uploading, like I was literally doing 32 thumbnails a night.
Yeah.
And I would text him and it'd be like 7 a.m. and he'd reply instantly and be like 24 tonight. And it like 7 a.m. we're on Eastern time. It's like, what is going on?
Like we had a whole group of people that were in this grind with us, and they also at the time didn't have employees. So we just follow up on each other, like us being up late at night and just working on these videos and grinding them. And we kind of just built it up together. Yeah.
Was it just fun for you?
It was really fun. I'm not going to lie. I really enjoyed it.
Same.
It was the first time I've ever
when you
grinded
talk.
for something like that. And there was obviously a reward to it, a big one. But to be honest, like it was so fun just seeing the views go up on the videos.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't even the money. Obviously the money's nice, but just seeing the
Just
views
being good
go,
at something.
Yeah, like the views going up, the stats being amazing, us being the best show. Like it was like so much positive reinforcement from the platform to us, and just made us push harder and like excel in what we did.
I really like your guys' energy and your passion. And
Yeah.
this is so cool that you guys like have this intrinsically to like just want to do this.
Yeah.
Do you guys have like friends that have like tried to like emulate what you guys have done?
We actually, this is like, it's just a weird, whenever I tell people this, like most of our employees are my friends.
Exactly.
Really?
Yeah, like a lot of the editors that we have were my friends when I used to edit, and they teach me how to
From
edit.
online communities or
Yeah,
from in
just
person?
all
Our
online
best scriptwriter right now is my cousin, like
Yeah.
my in real life cousin. And I just literally before coming
You
here,
train him?
I dropped off a microphone and he's going to start voicing. Cause like, anyway, yeah, I trained him. He sat in calls with me to learn script writing. So best scriptwriter, understands how to upload onto Snapchat now, understands like why the videos go viral. So I can almost just like let him go, and he's like a clone of mine and Daniel's brain.
Yeah, exactly.
And like it just works.
And like the editors, like we'd get on calls with them, and like if they'd make a little mistake here, even if it was a 1 second, 2 second mistake, we'd tweak it. And now like they're just a machine that runs the same type of thing that we need them to do every day.
How many people are in each team?
So
If
we
you had to
have
break down like units.
Per show, it depends on the show. Once again, this comes back to if
Right.
it's a clip show or a voiceover show. The clip show is actually like I have 3 best friends in my hometown, and like all 3 of them were on clip shows for me. So like I had some of them that were script writing. I had one of my best friends was running our 4 million subscriber clip show, and he was just doing the compilations. Like he'd find the clips, put them together, then upload it, and that type of thing. So for a clip show, typically you literally only need 1 editor per se, because it's just putting together clips and then uploading it. And then sometimes you can have a thumbnail maker. So like I would have my friend just do the montage and make the thumbnails and then upload it.
There's one person basically for that show, but then like there's other shows, like shows that require script writing, a voiceover, and then an editor, and maybe a thumbnail guy on extra. So around 3 to 4 people for that type of stuff.
So one person doing script writing, one person doing the voiceover, one person doing editing, and one person doing thumbnails.
Sometimes a person would do a script
do
and
2.
a thumbnail, but it was like mostly individual tasks, because what we realized is if someone just does their thing, then they'll put most focus on it and it'll be done best. So that's why we had a script writer, an editor, and we kind of separated the tasks.
For just the Snapchat business, we got up to paying our employees, I think it was like $50K a month.
Yeah, like $50,000 a month in just payroll.
Oh, just for all the employees?
Yeah, for all the employees in payroll.
How much would you pay an editor?
For a Snapchat episode,
50,
like 100,
like
50 to 100. Yeah.
Dollars?
Depends. It's super subjective because
Of course.
it depends.
I just want to know what you guys
average
in
maybe
general.
75. Let's say.
$75. What about script writer?
75. Same thing.
And then same thing with voiceover.
Yeah, but the thing we've done,
You guys
though,
do voiceovers.
we
do
have some
voiceovers,
full-time
yeah.
employees that will just do a lot of tasks, so you
Yeah.
can't really count how much a freelance job is specifically. We do have some freelance script writers, obviously, and some freelance employees, but a few of our employees are full-time and get a bunch of different tasks done
Yeah.
in return.
My
for
cousin's on
obviously-
full time and he
Yeah.
just does everything.
And what are they, like 3, 4, 5,000 a month?
6,000
6,000
plus, yeah.
Good money. Good
Yeah.
money. Okay, cool. So where would you recruit? Like if I wanted to hire a script writer,
Yeah.
where would I hire a script writer?
Twitter.
I trained the script writers that we hired, but
Where did you learn script writing?
from the Not Luke YouTube channel, I just did it, and then I also worked at this channel called Rebound, who love those guys. Amazing channel. It's a faceless basketball channel that has 4 million subscribers. They put like 5 million views a video. Absolutely crazy there. And I mean, when I got to them, I was like, I'd already known short form script writing. I learned it just from the Slam Dunk YouTube channel. That's why I wanted to do that, because I'm like, okay, I just need the skill of script writing. So like I understood script writing to make videos go viral, and then Rebound really helped that. I worked with them for a couple weeks, and then I just
Couple
sort of
weeks. You learned it. That's
yeah,
great.
literally. And then I mean, I would have loved to work with them for longer, but then Snapchat started.
Yeah.
So-
Oh yeah, no brainer.
Yeah, exactly. So I just learned script writing from doing it. Like this is why I tell people, like they're like, oh, how do I get a job with you or whatever? It's like, dude, if you ran a short form channel, you're gonna learn editing, script writing, voicing, and like learn it well if you're actually pulling views.
Yeah, just watch mine, break down the science of it, hook, lead
Like
up
there's a
with it,
very funny
pacing,
story.
pacing, editing style, music
Yeah.
choice.
Yeah,
like
yeah. I have people hit me up sometimes and they're like, how do I get into YouTube, whatever, because that's sort of like everything that I've done for the past like 4 years.
Yeah.
I just like love the analytics part. And I'm just like, start a channel, like just start uploading something. And I give people my phone number and I'm like, yo, just text me if you run into any problems, because you're going to run into problems. And there's only been 2 people that have really gone through with that. And both people, I know them from online, talk to them about it. Both people have over 1 million subscribers now. And they just text me. They're like,
it's a skill that they can learn.
100%.
It's all a skill.
People
It's
do
no-
not understand
bro.
this. Going viral is not luck. It's completely a skill.
There is some luck to it, which is the algorithm playing its thing, but you have to minimize the luck and maximize your chances, and that's where the skill part comes in. And it's a very doable thing that not a lot, like it's very doable. Just some tweaking to videos and you can go viral.
So are you guys, so say you have a video, because you guys have this skill now. So say you make a video. Let's just use your new YouTube channel for instance. Like, you know it's quality with all your experience. Like has everything it takes to go viral, and you have a new channel, and then it just uploads. You only get like 50 views. on the
time
first
horizons, bro. It's
Yeah.
time horizons.
But would you ever like make like 5 accounts and upload the same video, try to get like different algorithms, or you
No.
just be patient?
No.
No, so people, there's people that do this 100%. They're like, my video's not going viral. I'm going to re-upload it and get another spike. Because basically how shorts work, and this is just like, you would understand this if you actually like did shorts, but like you'll get a push right away of like on a new channel, no momentum. You'll get like, there's like 2 things that can happen. Either the video will get 0 views and you'll never take, like the video just won't hit and you just move on to the next one. Or the video will get like 500 to like 10,000 views. It'll literally spike like this, like right away. You'll get like 10,000 views in like 20
30
minutes.
minutes, yeah.
And like people think that they made it because like they're like, oh my God, but that's just how it works. They just like test your video. And then after maybe like 7 days, 14 days, if the video is like really quality, it'll just start picking up like that. And you just have to keep uploading for the momentum. So it's just like, it's very much a trial and error type thing of like, you just have to do it to understand.
Is there
how
a
it
point,
gets
like
done.
say you upload like, because I've seen that, like especially with short form, like your third or fourth post, they'll give you like a push
Yeah,
Yeah.
just to
100%.
see if the content's quality. They also kind of do that to addict you to the platform. But
Yeah.
have you seen, like, is there a point where it's like you upload 10 videos, maybe the third one got that push, but then none of the other ones are getting that push?
Yeah, dude.
Is your channel
I
just
mean,
screwed?
that's
Like
what
they gave you that
happened-
one chance, you
No,
have to
that's
start
what happened
over?
with our short channel. Like for the first 6, 7, I think videos, we were getting small pushes, but nothing was crazy. But we saw the stats improve every time, and it just comes back to the point where our first video that had like maybe 10,000 views for like 20 days is at 11 million views now, because it got pushed once something hit. So we just kept making videos, something hit because our stats kept getting better, and then our old videos that didn't get pushed before started really getting pushed. So if you look at our channel now, it shows that a bunch of our videos have anywhere from 500,000 to 10 million views, but the fact of the matter is for the first week or 2 weeks of those videos, they had less than 50,000 views.
You think it's word of mouth and shares?
No, algorithm, 100%. And dude, people think like we're not some like crazy geniuses at this. Like we have had channels that have failed in the past. We've launched channels and it's like we upload 5 videos and it gets no views and it's like, oh, well, we move on to the next thing. It's literally like we hop into the niche, we do the best thing that we can on a long enough time horizon. And like for all of those channels that fail, I'm 100% certain if we kept on uploading them for a year, we kept making good videos, increasing every single time, the channel's gonna hit eventually. Like if you do the best possible videos that you can and it's genuinely entertaining videos, then the videos will hit. But people don't understand that like if you've never made videos in the past before, your first couple videos are going to be horrible.
Yeah, you don't deserve to be good.
Yeah, exactly.
You haven't earned
There's
the
no
skill.
reason for
100%.
you
You have to
yeah.
learn it, and the platform wants you to learn it. Once you like learn how to make good videos, then they will reward you with that by making them.
They're
big.
incentivized to push your videos because they're making 55%.
Yeah, why would they
Yes,
not want to
yes.
push your videos?
You basically work for YouTube. You're making content
Yes,
for them to
yes.
run ads on.
And
so
like, so if you just make good videos, like long enough, like we've had channels where we push 15 to 20-minute videos on YouTube, and maybe the first video won't hit, the second video won't hit, third or fourth video might hit, and then our other videos start getting pushed. So it's just a thing about making good videos, getting better every time, analyzing the graphs that it gives you, and then if you just do your best every time and get better, you will get rewarded for it because it makes sense that you'll get rewarded
Right.
for it. It's just as simple as that.
right.
We have a concrete example
Good point.
on that long form channel that we started 2 months ago. Like that's the most recent example. First video, no views. Second video, no views. Crazy high production
He kept
videos.
telling me as well, like, I was like, yo, these videos aren't hitting. Like, what do you want to do? He's like, yeah, just keep going. Like, it's all about time horizons. They will hit eventually. These videos are good. I'm like, yeah, I know
And
they
then
are good.
Third video, 1.2 million views on a long form video on a new channel, no face, nothing like that. It's literally like, and that's just our third video because we already had experience. We had a great editor on it.
You know your thumbnails are
I
good.
already understood.
Yeah.
But like
Quality
imagine,
as well. We really
Quality.
prioritize
This
quality.
is the thing. Imagine if you first started uploading on YouTube and you had none of the skills that we have in our brain. Like it could take 100 videos. Your first
Right.
100 videos are not going to be good.
And it's not because the algorithm isn't helping. It's because you're just not good.
people love to blame the
Exactly.
algorithm. Like
Yeah.
YouTube
Text their
algorithm
ego.
changed.
Like I'm
and it's
shadow
whatever.
banned.
It's like,
It's like you're not shadow
not
banned.
a
You
thing.
you're
make
just
shit
making
videos.
bad videos. It's
Yeah.
literally that. Yeah.
That makes so much sense. So why not? Like, have you guys ever tackled TikTok? Like, why are
Yeah,
you like?
we were just reposting. So on our Slam Dunk YouTube channel, the Shorts one, we would repost it to TikTok, and within a month we got 100,000 followers on TikTok.
Yeah.
Just by reposting. TikTok is like a very easy algorithm. They will push you insanely for very stupid content. Like you could pet a you could pet a cat with a toothbrush and they'll push you. So
Yeah.
like it's just really anything that
There's a science to TikTok too, 100%. There's like on every single one of these platforms, it's all the algorithm pushing you, whatever. It's like literally,
Are they different?
yeah, it's a
They
Would
are
you say
different.
Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, and TikTok are different?
yes, the short forms on them are a bit different. Some
Yeah.
things will hit on TikTok, but some things won't hit.
What's the difference?
So baseline,
User
imagine
base
that,
as well, I'd
dude.
say.
Imagine you're the platform. Your Instagram,
user
TikTok,
base.
YouTube Shorts. The only goal is to get people to stay for as long as possible
Right.
on your platform. So obviously they're going to value people scrolling onto your content and not scrolling off of it. If you make content that people will watch for, you can make up to a minute content. If you have an average of a minute of people watching you, then obviously the video is going to do good. But it's just the type of thing where we uploaded that video that got 80 million views on YouTube Shorts onto TikTok, and it maybe gets like 500,000 views.
Exactly, and
What's
400,000.
your
we've had-
explanation for that?
Maybe the user base is different,
In
and
what sense?
people might not enjoy that video as much on TikTok, or it won't get as pushed because that's not really what the TikTok type of content is. But it's just to give you an example. Like we've posted videos on TikTok that have gotten 10 million views, but we post the exact same video on a short and it gets maybe
Explanation?
50,000 views.
Concrete explanation is that there is none. I have no clue
It's
why
not,
the
like-
video on YouTube gets 80 million views and the video on TikTok
You
gets
can come to
500,000.
assumptions though, like maybe the user base is a bit different on both
Like,
platforms.
people on YouTube might enjoy more educational leaning content.
like I feel like
and then people on TikTok are pure.
No, because no matter what,
not
it's,
really.
there's a cross pollination of user base, and also like it's just the platform choosing what content to push to people, and it's just like the back end of the platform's actual algorithm, like choosing who you're pushing the content to. But like we say this, I have no clue why the video on YouTube has 80 million and not 80 million on TikTok.
it just comes
Right.
down
Right.
to like I said, sometimes it get pushed on one platform, sometimes it doesn't get on the other, but just comes down to you make a good video. If it will get pushed on this platform, it will. If it won't, it won't. And you can't really control that at the end of the day, as long as you make the best video that you
When
can.
I tell people exactly that, just like it's like, oh, I'm not getting views, I'm like, make better videos. When I tell people that,
It doesn't-
it
doesn't
like
feel good.
slightly pisses them off,
doesn't
which
feel good.
it does not feel good, because people, you almost need the humility to be like, yo, my videos are not that good. Like, and dude, we have misses too all the time. Like we're
100%.
coming onto this podcast like we're some sort of like fucking geniuses. We're not. We have misses all the time of like
It's
this
just
video.
iterations. You guys
Yeah.
have done it so many times, and you
Exactly,
obsess over the
exactly.
analytics.
Like also
Yes.
like
and little tweaks. Every video I make is just that much better.
Yes,
It's
and,
like,
and
yes.
we've
fuck, that's one
started
thing
like
here.
YouTube channels that we plan on doing great things with. We'll invest like $5,000-$10,000 in the channel, no return on it, and we're like, oh shit, we kind of failed at this project, but it does not matter because we made the best videos that we can. Maybe they didn't hit. Maybe if we wanted to, we could try more, or maybe we just move on to the next thing and try again on something else. It's like if you just keep working at it, it will hit because you're doing the physical best that you can. And what else does YouTube want from you? Do they want bad videos? No. What does it hurt for you to try to make better videos instead of putting yourself on a high horse and blaming YouTube for it?
Yeah.
It does
the
not.
first The first thing you guys did when you came in here was just kind of look at your YouTube analytics. And you just start like grilling me.
Yeah.
And like my first reaction is like, damn, I have 300,000 subscribers. I thought I'm doing pretty well.
You are doing well.
Get a little insecure.
Yeah,
But then I'm like, okay, I need to realize these kids are like obsessing over this, and I should just take this feedback.
This is my entire life. Like literally, if there's one skill that I've learned in 5 years, it's like, why the fuck do videos go viral? How do I optimize videos to
attention?
Like it's literally just, and it's a crazy skill to have because this is something that's not tapped into.
It's universal.
Like, I've been in LA for the past 3 weeks, and I talk to people. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna best optimize your videos to get views. And like, what? Like that doesn't make sense. We just made like nobody thinks about
These
that.
big
into their
corporate
strategies.
companies don't know how to make good videos, and a little kid like me or someone who's as young as him can go improve their videos for probably 90% less of the cost that they spend on it and make it go 10 times more viral.
Dude, they're gonna pay an agency 150 grand to make like a Hollywood level commercial.
Exactly.
This is the interesting thing about,
and you guys can do it for $10. Like literally.
this is the interesting thing about the agency model too. It's like, I wonder, the reason that we don't run agency models for this type of thing is because if you truly know how to make videos hit, why would you not just do it yourself?
Or performance-based agency at anything.
Yeah, exactly. So it's the type of thing where we did try to run an agency for a bit, and we're like, oh, we'll make you go viral. And then I had this like moment of self-realization to where I'm like, dude, if we're selling people on they're gonna go viral, why don't we just go viral? And like,
well, so this is what I want to ask you: is your monetization strategy is only ads?
Yeah,
like only straight ad
on the
revenue,
platforms
like
we are on, but there's like YouTube channels that we run where sponsorships can come in play when the channels get big enough. But the base model of how these social media platforms will pay you is ads. But then there's affiliate programs, or there's sponsorship revenue, or there's deals that you can make with companies. There's a lot of ways to get monetized.
Yeah, though, I mean, I would say just like from like monetization is one of my favorite topics, and what I would say I kind of know a lot about. And so like the worst level of not worst, but like the lowest leverage is ads.
It is the worst.
It's a one.
100%
You have to have another
worst.
viral video to keep making that revenue.
It is the worst.
Then
yes.
sponsors, because there's no upside potential, because you get 10,000 just for the post. But what if this video does get 10 million views? Then they just got a huge deal. Then affiliate, like performance based. Then partner. Then Mr. Beast Feastables.
There's ways to leverage the skill that we've been talking about for the past 45 minutes on this podcast. I know you had Oliver Brocato come on to this podcast.
Yeah, did he shout you guys out in that podcast? I don't remember.
I doubt it.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I mean, he is doing exactly what we're talking about. I mean, he's less on the analytical side and more just like on the macro play side of like, let's get 2,000 affiliates and pump tabs.
Yeah.
But like, he is using organic marketing to make a $10 million business.
He leveraged social media and what people find interesting to blow up his company. And that's a skill that comes like easy to us now because of how much we've like digested into this skill. So
have you thought about a product like Oliver's?
Yes.
Yeah,
100%.
there's products
Are you doing that?
No, I am not doing this now. And I mean, for future things, it's like, this is just, we have to figure out ways to monetize past ad revenue. And this is where we fall out of our expertise, or at least me, if I have a moment of like self-humility, it's like, okay, I know how to make videos go viral, but how do you make videos go viral and make money off of that? To where
like
you can
apart from the ad revenue,
leverage more than just ads.
Yeah.
I mean, there's this guy named Isaac that runs Mini Katana. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that. He literally has a channel called Mini Katana, and completely organic, has videos that get like 100K to 1 million long form.
on shorts.
And then on shorts, he's pulling like, I think they're doing like 500 million plus views a month.
It's a sword?
And he's
It's
selling
a katana
swords.
sword, and his e-commerce brand is outrageously successful, and so is his YouTube channel. So he's just funneling an organic way of going viral on social media to blow up a brand, and that's something that could very easily be done. For example, if someone were to go make a sports channel or something, they could leverage sports apparel or sports products from their brand, and directly by making their videos go viral, could leverage a product. And I don't even think you need to be the best person in the world at e-commerce if you can make an organic channel go viral, because that will just directly funnel into your product. So the skill set that we have is extremely valuable in this day and age, but we just haven't leveraged it for products yet. We've just mainly been focusing on the platforms itself.
Holy shit. All right, if you guys have watched this podcast, we all talk extremely fast. This is like the definition of Gen Z, the Zoomers right here. This is Zoomer business. Yeah. Watch this part in and of itself over 2 or 3 times, because it might go over your head, the tiny little nuances of what they're saying, but like focusing on retention, looking at the data, obsessing over it, and just studying the art of going viral will blow up any fucking business. And they're making this much money just off of the ad revenue. But if you're business minded and you can adopt what they're sharing right now, you're set for tens of millions of dollars. So amazing information so far. Do you guys, where's your social media? Where can they follow you for right now? We're not ending the podcast, but just quick plug.
At Dan VSI on Twitter.
VSI?
VSI.
Dan VSI.
Yeah.
Do you want to share yours?
My Instagram's just at NotLuke, NOTLUC. My Twitter's at NotLuke FN.
And my Instagram is Dan VSL with 2 L's.
Okay, Dan VSL. Okay.
It's funny.
I'll link it all in the description.
Yeah,
just so you
it's
guys know.
funny. I don't really talk about a lot of the stuff that we're doing. Like the Slam Dunk channel. I mean, I think I tweeted once about it, and it's like we don't really talk about much of this stuff. And personally, I don't have a personal brand, and I know
Yeah.
Daniel's trying to branch out more into personal brand, so he'll probably talk about a lot
Can
of
you
this stuff.
sell me a course? Because I would love to just take
I'm
a
not
course.
selling a course.
I love how
course.
course selling has just been like the most dirty
I'm not selling
thing
a
that
course.
people are scared to sell courses now.
Because some people, like, I feel like if we made a course, which we're not doing right now, but if we were to make a course, like, we could make people go viral very
That makes me
quickly.
so mad. Like,
Bro.
I will pay you guys thousands of dollars to buy a course showing me exactly how to do
And
this.
like, but the thing is, though,
Because you can make my company
it's
millions
like
of
you don't.
dollars.
This is what I want to emphasize to people. Like, buying a course is great enough for what we do, like going viral on YouTube, but you could just do this by trial and error on your own
But
channel.
most people, I'm like an old 26-year-old.
Yeah.
I'm running businesses. I have no time in my day. I don't have the luxury of sitting in my parents' basement and just uploading. I can't sit there for 8 hours
Yeah.
obsessing over a short. And I don't even understand the concept because I don't use Snapchat. I don't use
Yeah,
TikTok.
yeah.
So the fact that you guys can just show me like step by step the process
Yeah.
would eliminate all these guessing points for
But-
me. And then on top of it, sharing your expertise. You guys could share one sentence to me that changes the way I think about it, and that would make me hundreds
but
of
there's
thousands of dollars.
opportunity cost in the sense
No.
that, like, a bit.
So this is the thing. The reason that I am so against selling a course on making things go viral is because there's so much nuance to it that like
agree with that.
There's not a way that I'm like
You can't promise someone
dude, there
that
are
they'll
people-
go viral.
Right.
You
I'm
just
not
give them
gonna
the tools.
I'm not gonna name drop, but
I
there
don't
are,
even know the tools exist.
there's
I
100%
do,
people
but
that
the average person.
yeah, there's 100% people that sell courses like promising to go viral, and like there's a bunch of people leveraging like automation businesses, which is what we do technically.
Yes,
like
we
we're
have
in
an
the
automation
automation
business.
business, but dude, it is not automated. Like we are full hands-on on all this stuff, and like there's people that sell YouTube automation courses, and it's like a huge thing on
They sell
TikTok
the
right
life
now.
of you not having to work, but you
It's
can
not a
make
thing.
$10,000 a month from your laptop in a Dubai skyrise. But that's not going to happen because
Yeah.
technically we are automated. We don't show our face. We have people working for us, but we're so hands-on because that's the only way that these videos will excel and get better. And like there's a whole thing that people sell where it's like you don't need to work and you can just do this from your
You
laptop.
know, that's why. Finish your thought. Sorry.
No, I lost my thought. But
Okay,
you
sorry.
go.
That's why, in theory, you want to charge 10, 20, 30,000 for this course. Like, if you guys are doing this and you're making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, you would want to charge $20,000 for the course, not because that's the best for everybody, but because the only people that are willing to spend 20,000 see the value, know they can get hundreds of thousands of value out of it, and they'll take it seriously, and then
Yeah.
they'll actually practice
So-
what you do, and then they'll give you a testimonial.
This
If
is-
you give it away for free, you're gonna have all these people that are lazy as shit falling for that marketing, and then they're gonna drag your reputation
But when
on
people
social
buy
media.
a course, especially if we were to sell a course on social media and how to blow up on social media, people are expecting to go viral every video. We don't go viral every video. We have some videos that completely flop. Our lifestyle is not that we go viral on every video.
Right.
We have like videos that won't even hit, but we know how to make videos
But actual
because
intelligent people would not
Dude,
fall,
this is the
like,
thing.
not expect that. We know how hard it is to be successful, and corporate companies pay $50,000 for corporate speakers for
Yeah.
one speaking session because they're a billion-dollar
Yeah.
company.
When I was when we started the Slam Dunk YouTube channel, I recorded one video every single day of
Yeah.
us going from 0 to 1 million subscribers. And
Yeah.
it's like, what are we doing today? This is what I'm doing. That knowledge could be transferred into a course. I almost like the reason of me not wanting to do a course is because I know that people will get better value running their own YouTube channels and like trial and error that way than the course.
Well, think about so you said you didn't want to do an agency model because you want
Yeah.
to work with these companies. What if it works? You would just want to sell a course to corporate companies, to Fortune 500 companies. You don't like
so
it's-
privately too.
Our whole generation has been scammed to living
yeah.
fuck of
Yeah,
courses of like
yeah.
people flexing Lambos and promoting this lifestyle. It's going to be easy. It's passive. That's why this whole course mentality is negative and why we're scared to sell courses. Like I am scared to sell a course because of the reputation effects just off that stigma. But objectively, you guys are like geniuses for your age and can really help the older generation who can't do that because they physically don't have the time. But if you tell them exactly what to do, then they could.
Why don't you think Alex Hormozy sells a course?
He did. That's how he made his money. That's how his first company that he sold for $60 million was selling a course for 27 grand, teaching gyms how to grow.
The gym launch model?
That's a course.
It was a licensing model though.
That's what he calls it because he knows there's a stigma to course. It's good PR. It's a
Interesting.
course.
He started off though with the gyms, was making a shit
He
ton of
started out
money with
making a
that,
gym.
and then he started teaching people how
He
to make
wasn't
money.
good at running gyms. He was good at getting people into gyms. So he couldn't make money and he had a bad business partner. So he couldn't run gyms. So then he was just teaching people how to get people in the gym. And then that he would go to their gym and gym launch physically with his team.
Yeah.
So they would go there and do the marketing for one single gym. And then he had to stop doing that. Then he just started calling people and be like, hey, I have to give up. They're like, dude, you helped us get so many customers. Can you just show us how you did that? And that's what he called the licensing model. That's a course.
But if you put it in
for
the way where like
$27,000.
Yeah, I mean, he sold his
$5,000
courses like very high ticket, obviously $30,000.
What I explained.
To $1 billion companies. I mean,
not billion, but
maybe like companies that want to learn
if you can make
how to do
$100,000
this.
from this course, I'll pay $25,000
Maybe
right now.
that's like an okay business model or a good business model, but doing it at a scale where it's like $200 for this course and promoting it on Instagram and Twitter to people who want to sell you the lifestyle.
It's all about the marketing and the expectations you set.
Of course.
But so like the thing with the Alex Hormozi model is you would come in, pay him $27,000 and then instantly see return. Like you would make the money.
I don't know if it was $27,000. I heard him say that in one video.
Okay.
Because he teaches charge as much as possible.
Yeah.
Because the people that do see value in that will take it seriously and implement it.
You will make value back. The problem with this sort of like content monetize, like making videos go viral, is like you won't see tangibly your money back in AdSense. You will get the promotion back and like people having eyeballs on your business, but there's no value. Like if you spend $20,000 on a how to go viral course, are you gonna make $20,000 go? Like, are you gonna make $20,000 back in the next month on AdSense?
Yeah.
Like, you could make it by selling a product through going viral, and you could make it in those ways.
That's like I'm not telling you guys to sell courses. I'm not trying to help you guys sell a course or anything. I just really want to push back on the stigma, because education and information is the most important thing for anybody.
I feel like it's people could be educated from a course.
Good at what they do are scared to sell a course because they think their reputation will get hurt. You're actually stopping yourself from helping a lot of people.
In my opinion, I don't see it as reputation getting hurt. I just wouldn't want to push something on someone and give them a wrong expectation and then be like, why did I buy this? I don't want to waste my money.
Also, this is the thing. We're on this podcast literally like
to share it.
It's not like a type of thing where this should be gated behind a $10,000 course. If you're like 14 and listening to this and you don't have the money to spend on like these crazy courses, start a YouTube channel. We literally
100%.
did
just
not
off
have
the
employees.
info we've given now, you could probably get a channel to 50,000 subscribers or 100 in the first month.
That's
or
the
2
goal
months.
of this podcast, is to be a free course.
Like I feel like it very easily can. We've given all the info that all the top YouTubers know. This is what they know.
Right.
And Mr. Beast gives away all of his sauce on all podcasts. And like he actually recently tweeted, he's like, oh, I kind of wish I didn't do that because now a lot of people are copying me. And like maybe people will now copy the Slam Dunk YouTube channel.
Try and copy it. I'll do it better again.
People are already doing that.
That's why you can sell a course.
But it's just the moat that you have around like understanding how to make videos pop. It's like it just doesn't fit into a course model in my mind. And I mean, dude, maybe it does.
I feel like it does fit in the sense where you could sell not necessarily the AdSense revenue potential to people, but the potential to make videos go viral on the internet and then funnel that into your products, into whatever you do, a business. And it's just more about teaching people how to get eyeballs on you on these social media platforms, which obviously we do and we could show to people, but it's more so people have a wrong expectation when looking at courses, and they think like, okay, if I buy this course tomorrow, I'm going to be rich and I'm going to make it. But with social media, it's very different to like these e-commerce courses and things like that, because you actually have to put in a really big grind. You have to have a lot of like errors in what you do, and you will fail a bunch of times, just like we did, and we continue to fail a bunch of times. But our general average now is that we do amazing, and that's because we just keep pushing at it and getting better. We get better every day, and we're 7-8 months into what we've been doing, and we still have so much to improve on. And it feels like, oh, you're at the pinnacle, but we're not at the pinnacle, and we could make this go 10 times more by just opening up more channels and launching products. Like, there's always more. So
this is probably what you were talking about before with the stigmatism of like courses are bad and whatnot. I would personally rather give away, like, yes, you can make, this is like a skill that you can learn, make videos go viral, whatever. I would give that away for free. And then I'd rather make my money through an actual business of like, maybe I run a tabs model of like, whoa, I just punched the microphone. Maybe I run a tabs model of like, I will make videos go viral and funnel it into a product or like any future thing. But it's just not like, I
totally fair enough.
The courses do not seem like the move.
Yeah. And again, I just want to, the whole reason I'm making this point is, let's say you wanted to do what Oliver's doing. Mm-hmm. How long would it take you to just figure it out yourself today on how to make a product, get it manufactured, find people? Do you need a Stripe account? Do you need a drop shipping? Who's your merchant? All this stuff. Everything that Oliver talked about. How long would that take if you just had to go out and just use the internet? Or how long would that take you if Oliver just laid out exactly everything you need and shared with you who he uses? This would be faster. And since you are super successful, saving an extra month, an extra year, just by knowing exactly what it takes and not guessing, would save you a ton of money.
In that vertical, it makes sense.
And so the fact that you guys aren't making courses is like, you're not helping those people save their time, whether you want to do it for free or not. But if it's free, what's your incentive to do it?
There's models
Only
where
point
like
I'm
it
trying
could
to
be
make.
free and then you take percentage equity of the people's channels, but you're teaching them for free.
Right.
So there's a lot of ways you can do it. Like the course model isn't bad in certain cases because some people will actually teach you how to grow
Right.
on whatever respective business you're doing. But the reason the course stigma is bad is because 90% of people who have courses are flexing private
They're
jets, fake
renting a Lambo.
Lambos,
Yeah.
and they're flexing
Trust me,
you.
I've seen it.
And
bought a lot of them.
a lot of these people that like, I'm not gonna name names, but a lot of people that we know are selling courses and they do not make any money from what they're selling. Like
Right.
the actual business model, they don't make money from it. They make money from the course they sell, and just that's the stigma around courses because a bunch of people do that now. There's obviously the few outliers that know what they're doing and making a course, but it's hard for people to see that nowadays because there's so
I 100%
much bad,
agree.
you
I
know?
just am gonna like I agree with you, and that's not right. And we've all seen that,
Yeah.
and it's the norm for a reason. In a general rule, yes, but overall, I just want people to understand that education, investing in education
Yes.
and information,
Of course.
quality
I
information,
completely agree
is
with
the
that.
best thing you
This
can do.
podcast is extremely valuable education for anyone who wants to get into social media, make their videos go viral, because a lot of the things we've said is just what you have to do and what you can do to go viral. It's just that simple.
If I wanted to start a Tabs, I'd watch your episode with Oliver and
Right.
copy everything he said.
Literally.
It's literally that.
Yeah.
That's what we did when we were making videos on Snapchat, is we'd copy what works for other people and make it better. And that's how we went
Yeah.
viral, and that's what people should do. Just copy
People
and
think
make
that's
it better.
taboo. People think that's taboo.
It's-
but
it's really not.
That's
Just
the game.
copy and make it better.
I swear to God, on
normal in the
like all
marketing
of our
world.
faceless channels, on everything that we do on the internet, and everything that I did on my
Severe
personal Fortnite
inspiration.
channel, it's severe inspiration, adding your own twist to it, and then like stuff comes from
That's
that.
a funny term. Severe inspiration.
But we make it better. I'm not gonna lie. Like with,
Yeah.
for example, the
That's
channel.
your skill.
We make it better because we know what makes it better. So for example, he'll make the script a lot better. I'll see the editing. I'll be like, this would add so much value to this section. Make it better. We'll run through revisions with the employees and we'll make it better. So it's not necessarily that we're copying one for one. We're copying and then adding extra value onto it. So making it better.
That's insane. Because that's the skill. That's exactly it. That's
Yeah.
the skill that you guys have learned, is just the little nuances. Like your edge is your ability to understand pacing.
Exactly.
After we hop
Music,
off this
good editing.
podcast, I want to go through more of your YouTube analytics. And like we talked to you, like,
I'm
why
gonna
don't you do this thumbnail
abuse
like
it,
this?
yeah.
We were on a
Yeah.
10-minute tangent with you about it.
I'm going to take every piece of advice you guys have, and we can just hang out all night and nerd out about it. 'Cause
Exactly.
It'll help me a lot.
Yeah, and I wonder if that's that's a type of thing where it's like, is there a way that you can get like what's in our brains and like apply it to a lot of people as a mass thing? And like I've thought about this very much in depth, and it's something difficult to do because you almost need like a consultant to look over your channel and be like, oh, well, I mean, for example, like the intros on this podcast are like, why do you do this? Why do you do this? And oftentimes there's good explanations behind it. So it's super nuanced thing to where like you just have to do it yourself to figure it out. I don't know.
And you have to do it every day, and you have to see it and then
Yeah.
constantly build off of the
Yup.
previous lessons.
Yeah.
That's for anything in success. Same
100%.
with Oliver for Tabs. Like
Yep.
what content he's going to do, what strategy, or even how he made his product.
Mm-hmm.
But let's just go ahead and get back to what you guys do. If you had to start completely over today and you could only use one platform, what platform would it be?
I would use YouTube.
YouTube.
Why?
For sure.
YouTube is a longer term, higher leverage vehicle. On Snapchat, Snapchat's amazing. I love Snapchat. You can't do brand deals just because that's how the platform
Can't
works.
promote your own products.
for
and stuff
example-
It's
like
fully
that.
curated and you're under their control.
Yeah, I mean, YouTube, you're technically under their control too.
You have
Like,
more freedom in
But
the
you have to
fact.
apply to work for Snapchat, and
Yeah.
then you have to get your show approved, and then
Yeah.
they can really seriously
I mean, dude,
they have way more control than YouTube. I mean, YouTube has full
Well,
control, but they might be more
on the channel on YouTube we started 2 months ago, we got a bunch
Yeah.
of videos limited.
But the
So-
thing with Snapchat that makes it like very, very good is the fact that these 3-minute videos are paying you as much as 8-9-minute videos on YouTube.
Oh,
But
okay.
they're 3-minute
Yeah.
videos on Snapchat. So the output, the amount of time and the amount of effort and expenses it takes for someone to run an operation on Snapchat
Yes.
would be less than YouTube, and you could have the same returns purely on an AdSense metric.
And-
But YouTube gives you a lot of other options.
So this
obviously.
is the thing. I will backtrack here and say Snapchat will pay more than YouTube for less effort, and that's why I love Snapchat.
yeah.
YouTube, you can, if you start a Lego YouTube channel and it's like, oh, I want to go viral in the Lego niche, and then you do a Lego product attached to that.
Right.
That'll make 10 times more than your ad
Right.
dollars
And then
for
an
the back
affiliate
end.
to like a
or if
Lego
you do a
thing.
Yeah.
NordVPN
You
sponsorship
funnels,
on
yeah.
YouTube and it pays you $10,000 for a 30-second
Or you have a
integration.
partnership with a brand that will pay you $100,000 for 3 videos and like work with you and your brand to make products. The leverage that you can get from YouTube, you could grow a 9-figure brand from directly just YouTube.
Yeah.
This Katana company that Luke referenced earlier is growing an 8-9-figure brand directly from YouTube and organic ads.
To put this into perspective, I have a friend that started YouTube automation 8 months ago. He runs 6 channels, and I think they all have over 100,000 subscribers now, all on long form, and all can leverage brand deals and products. It's insane. Like it's truly a thing that people do. Just you don't hear about it because.
Are you using like AI tools for this at all?
No, we don't, but a lot of people do.
This is interesting. We tapped into this. I wanted to see if we could use GPT-4 API to sort of like replicate the scripts that we were writing, because the scripts that we write are an ultra specific process. Like when I see scripts and I review scripts, I'm like, no, this won't flow. People click off here.
I'm building this.
Okay, so this is already a thing that is being developed, and we tried building. I brought in developers to try to build this too. And I mean, maybe it's because we didn't have enough funding or didn't focus on it enough, but it just was not. I could not replace myself through AI at this.
Did you upload
moment.
all of your scripts
Yes,
into
we
it?
upload all the
A human
scripts to
just
it,
like
yes.
understands more from what we can understand.
This is the thing. People say that humans understand. AI will overtake, like this will be something that, like if you look future, and it's amazing that you're building this, or I don't know if it's actively like being built. AI,
It's not for YouTube. It's something similar.
AI will overtake human capability, and 100% it already has. And
For
like,
thumbnails, for
so many
example,
metrics.
Midjourney, which is an AI tool that people make thumbnails on, a bunch of the automation channels that my friends run, I'll just see all their thumbnails be Midjourney thumbnails, and these videos will have 5-10 million views on a 20-minute video.
Yeah.
My friend does the same thing.
It's
Exactly.
taking over in that
He
vertical,
has a
but
automation
in terms
channel.
of like script writing and editing, very
Also,
nice looking videos. It's
this
not
is
quite
also
there yet.
script writing. We got it to a point where to the normal person, it would be completely passable. It's like, oh yeah, I literally showed it to some of our script writers, and they're like, oh, who wrote this? Like, you cannot tell.
But it's the nuance.
But
of,
it's
in your
the
creative
nuance
thought.
of like my
Yeah.
creative thought, and this also could just be completely ego driven to where like it's the type of thing that I talked about before, where
you take pride in your work.
yeah, I'm like, oh, the AI can't do as good as me, and this type of thing. Where there's gonna, dude, in a couple months, there's
6
gonna
months,
be
it's
some sort of thing
No
that,
way, it's not.
yeah, 100%.
There's AI
100%.
editing
But I agree with
tools
you. Right
being
now, it's still
released.
like
Right
I
now-
want to be proud of it.
When
Doesn't
I was-
feel authentic.
I tried with multiple developers to tweak like how the intro works, whatever, and it just was not that good.
yeah.
Thumbnails though are taking over.
Midjourney
slowly.
is insane.
Midjourney's
faster
insane.
faster than scripts and
We
editing.
use
That's-
Midjourney for a couple of our thumbnails too. Like
I wonder how
yeah.
like because I can still kind of tell. I'm sure you guys can. It's a Mid-Journey thumbnail.
You can, yes.
But I feel like it might evolve to the point
Well,
where you can't.
actually-
But it works for
or
people,
it becomes
though.
like way over.
I would argue if I'll show you some of the thumbnails after this podcast, you would not be able to tell it's a Midjourney thumbnail because of the aspects we use. Like literally, this is crazy. We ran a crime channel for a bit, and what I did was I needed a screenshot of
Oh, I
like a
remember
girl
this.
sitting in like a cell, and I'm like, okay, how do I get this girl to sit in a cell? We could face swap it in Photoshop, but that always looks really wonky. So there's this plugin that I attached to Midjourney where I rendered a girl like sitting in a cell, like in the exact pose that I want to, orange jumpsuit to stand out for the colors for the thumbnail, and then I just face swapped her using the Midjourney, and it literally looks like it's a picture that a news anchor took of this woman
What
sitting
plugin
in a
was
cell.
it?
It's like face swap something. I really can't remember. I just saw a thread about it on Twitter and I used it. And that's how we do a bunch of the thumbnails. Just generate the pose with Midjourney and face swap whoever you want.
What makes a good thumbnail?
Simplicity.
Yeah,
That's
to
the
be
one
honest.
word. If you looked at our thumbnails, it's literally just like
Where can people look at your
face,
thumbnails?
word.
We can share some just like on the screen, maybe.
You're gonna put my editor to work.
This is an interesting thing. I don't know. I don't really want to share too many of the channel names, but just like, I mean, you like, okay.
That's a fair statement because a ton of you MFers will just copy
Yeah.
exactly what they're doing.
I shared the Slam Dunk name because we're
Yeah.
barely uploading on the Slam Dunk channel
Yeah.
anymore. You guys can copy Slam Dunk. There's been like
Go
10,
ahead and copy it, please.
10 people have already copied it and hit 1 million subscribers.
Yeah.
Like it's some, but perfect example of thumbnails. Like look at Colin and Samir's thumbnails. This is what I was talking to you about before. Like why don't you do the Colin and Samir thumbnails on your podcast? And you were like branding maybe, but they have really good branding too.
It's
And
always branded, their thumbnails. It's always that yellow box with a person that they're interviewing and a little quote.
My only answer to that is that's exactly what Diary of a CEO is. That's exactly what
Yeah, of
Lex
course.
Fridman's is. That's exactly what, and maybe that's because it works.
It's because it works.
Totally get
but
that.
not even in that aspect though. There's a lot of like Mr. Beast thumbnails. It's always kind of the same style. His face takes up roughly 33% of the screen.
Watch Patty Galloway on this.
Yeah,
Watch
he
Mr.
has
Beast
some good
videos on
breakdowns, but it's just more your thumbnail. You want it to be simple. You don't want to pop up emojis and then a whole paragraph in your
Right.
thumbnail. You don't want the title in your thumb. Like you just want
also
it to be
based on
simple
niche.
and appealing.
I have like 3 different things that come to my mind when I think of like how you would be able to do like a podcast thumbnail to where like
How about I let you guys make the podcast thumbnail for this episode and the title,
I'm down.
Yeah, sure.
Let's do it.
100%.
Let's do it.
and we'll test
Yeah,
it.
let's
if
do
it
it.
gets 1 million views, then we get
Then you're
50% of the
hired.
ad
Yeah.
revenue.
Yeah,
Deal,
let's do
deal,
it.
deal.
Let's do it. Easy.
Yeah, sure. That's amazing.
But what are the 3 things? Sorry.
No, anyway, it's just like
That was a good thought.
that is an
I'm with
amazing
it.
thought,
Yeah.
by the way. This is like
That's gonna
truly
be great
putting us
for
to the test.
attention.
Okay, hell yeah.
Anyways, yeah. No, it's just like there's a bunch. Like I look at these thumbnails, and on the Faceless channel that we have, it's a documentary channel. I don't know if I'm leaking too much, but we were looking at like, okay, what is the most successful? Like you look at Sunny V2 or these like big documentary channels, and then we're just like, okay, how can we do this simpler, more clickable, more standout? Like where are the colors in the thumbnail? It's the same thing of retention, to where like 1,000 things plague my mind when
What
I
is the color?
think about it.
I've never understood the color theory.
Well,
What do you
dude,
mean by that?
if you're
Color theory of
there's
a
this
thumbnail.
thumbnail. Ryan Trahan has a thumbnail. Your editor is gonna have to be put to work. But Ryan Trahan has a thumbnail where he's sitting in a silent room and he's like this with his hands, and he's in a bright orange jumpsuit and there's nothing else in the room, and it stands out so much.
Yeah, you just see that.
Exactly. It's like that is the type of thing of like color theory when people talk about it. But also when I say color theory, I think about a bunch of these like gurus on Twitter that are like, oh my God, Mr. Beast color theory. It's so
The
good.
sky is
And
blue. It
That's
makes
like a
it appealing.
1%
it's just like
aspect of the thumbnail.
it's
Yeah.
so dumb. It's one of those things to
It's
where
not
like
that deep. It's not that
Yeah.
deep.
yeah, it's
not deep.
what makes a good thumbnail is just like simplicity, having people
Yeah.
click on it. It conveys an obvious idea.
You look at it and you have a thought in your head.
Yeah.
Yeah,
One
and most
clear.
concepts have been done on the platform already. Like most thumbnail concepts in the niches have been done. So what someone I would recommend for them to do is just to take a concept that they see and adapt it a bit, make it better, and try.
Every one of my thumbnails.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
So
just I look at another YouTuber in my niche and I'm like, I'll try that one.
yeah, exactly. Because that's the way to do it. It's just the same with a video idea or a
Yeah.
channel niche. Like you see what works and you adapt it and make it better. It's the same with thumbnails. And with thumbnails, you don't want to overdo it. You don't want to make people overwhelmed. And if you go and look at your YouTube homepage right now, you could probably spot 1 or 2 thumbnails that will stand out more than the rest. And you want to understand, why do these stand out more than the rest? Are these colors different from the average thumbnail that I'm looking at? Is their face bigger than the average person? Am I understanding what the title is better here? So there's just a lot of factors that you can put together. And
What's hilarious too is sometimes when people have thumbnails that go ultra viral, like Rebound does a really good job of this, the channel that I worked at. They make like these crazy NBA Photoshop thumbnails, and it's just like great concepts. And then like someone will copy it and do that in the soccer industry, soccer
And it
niche,
works.
and then
The niche
Yeah.
adjacent.
Different
it just
niches,
Yeah,
keeps
the niche
working.
adjacent.
Like
yeah.
for example, he would copy like ideas but onto Fortnite for thumbnails and stuff, and they'd blow up on Fortnite because it was the same concept
the
as a real life
psychology
video,
of this concept works.
and
Yeah.
it really works
Universally.
So you can adapt a thumbnail from a different niche or different kind of video, but onto your niche and your concept. So like if someone does a really interesting Fortnite video that blows up, you could make that in Minecraft.
Yeah.
It could go very viral because the concept of the idea works. So there's a lot of little things like
It
that.
makes a lot of sense. But I would say, like, I've had times where my girlfriend does my thumbnails, and we spent 8 hours like copying a Mr. Beast one. There's a video I did with Luke, and it was like a piece of art. We had Mid-Journey, all these different AI pieces, like brushing
Yeah.
everything. Did horrible. And then I had one that took us 10 minutes. I put an arrow up on the left, arrow down on the right.
Yep.
Simplicity is
Most
better
used video.
sometimes. Simplicity
Way better.
is better sometimes.
The thumbnail we spent the least amount of time on is my best thumbnail.
And I'm not gonna leak like obviously our channel, but our thumbnails are simple and they
Dude.
work.
I've seen that concept quite a bit.
If you look at
too.
our thumbnails, it is
So simple.
It obviously depends on the niche. Like if you're doing crime, there's a bunch of different stuff in it. If you're doing documentary, but the 1.2 million view video, it's literally face, word.
And those thumbnails, like if someone were to make it, would cost like $2. We pay a lot for these thumbnails because it's the idea of being able to think to make it as simple as that and as effective as that.
YouTube is a thumbnail title game.
100%.
Because if they don't click, they never watch.
Yes.
So how do you guys relate the title and the thumbnail together? What's your science behind that?
I mean, if we use this video, for example, when you're like, oh, you guys can make the thumbnail title, what comes to my mind is just like, you want something that is almost so unbelievable that the
But it's
person
true.
needs to click on it.
Yeah.
And then once you have that, once you get them to click, this is like the extension of that, you have to deliver on the expectation. So like for this podcast, we should do making $100,000 a month at 15, which is completely true. And we can deliver on that expectation. And you start the podcast, you're like, you either might get pissed off or whatever. And you completely deliver on the expectation, but it's a title that is so outrageous that people need to click on it. Mr. Beast does this all the time. He's like, $1 million private island giveaway.
Yeah.
Like there's no way a YouTuber's giving
But
away
he's
$1 million.
giving
And
away
he
$1
does,
million
And then he
private
does.
island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a big thing now is on YouTube, a new feature that just released that Mr. Beast also talked about, and I don't know if you've probably seen it. When you're on your phone, and a lot of YouTube
The
viewers
first
are on
5
their
seconds?
phone, the video plays.
The autoplay, yeah.
So that's very important because people might not even see the thumbnail. They might just see the video. If it's at your top, what happens is I don't see the thumbnail.
This is the Colin and Samir one, right?
Yeah, the video will just play. So it's very important for people to also have like good intro to videos. I talked to him about this.
So do I keep my intros or no? For this podcast, am I doing an intro for you guys? We jump straight into
maybe make it visually appealing, the intro, and show like numbers on the screen next to my head or something like that.
To be completely honest, for this podcast, I would have it completely cut that. No, I would just do no intro. You just 15-year-old making $100,000 a month. Video starts. This will either piss you off or inspire you.
And then you asked us how much you made right after.
Okay, so that was a pretty good tee up anyways.
It's perfect. It's perfect. Okay. That's exactly how I would do it. You literally, once you have the expectation of like this 15-year-old is not making $100,000 a month, you click on, if there's like a 30-second montage, this is not like knocking it 100% that some people will be like, oh, this is a sick fucking montage, because it is. But then when you press that and then you see this like 15-year-old kid that's making $100K a month, it's like, oh, my expectations actually deliver. What's going on here? And then you can watch for 30 minutes, 2 hours.
Not all my guests are that absurd, so I got to build the hype. If I'm wrong, I would love it because you'll save me 7 hours because I edit those intros myself.
Yeah,
and it takes me.
You want to try for this episode to just not do it?
Well, this one makes sense, so perfect. I'm all about it. Save me 7 hours. Thank you.
Cool.
No, yeah, there's a lot of little nuances now with YouTube and how to package things.
This comes back to the reason of why I don't want to sell a course about this, because we have this idea of like, okay, let's try on this episode, let's do the thumbnail, let's do the title, and then let's cut out that intro.
It might be something that's not
This
normal.
episode could get 10,000 views.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I have no fucking clue how many views this is going to get. I think that this is better, but it's a thing of trial and error. Like, we're not 100% sure, which is why I can't accurately sell a course.
And that's what's exactly reflects on us on our videos. We think something's really good maybe, and it doesn't perform how we expect it to, but it does not matter because we know we're good. We'll just try again and go viral again. So like, there's obviously points, for example, on Snapchat where we might not get as many views in a week because our content just wasn't as good. Next week, it's our highest viewed week that month. So like, it really, people shouldn't get disappointed when their videos don't go viral or when they don't really perform as well. If you kind of learn how the platform works and you generally have an idea of what you need to do, just keep attacking at it and you will hit. Like, you'll hit 100%.
That's really good advice.
Just throw stuff at the wall, something will
Every
stick.
video I have like anxiety and I'm like posting and it's like so hard not to take it personally if it
I
doesn't
used
work.
to have that.
Yeah.
So when
my anxiety was horrible.
when I uploaded on the Not Luc channel, the Fortnite channel, I literally got to a point where I'm like, oh, I don't want to upload. Like, is the video perfect, whatever?
Yeah.
And then now that we're uploading 15 videos a day, I do not care.
Same.
Like, it's literally like,
And
just
it's not
upload the video.
It's not you as a person.
And
as well.
dude, you could
And the
ask him
content.
at the beginning in Snapchat. I would freak out every single day. Dude, our video isn't performing as well today. We're gonna go broke.
Dude, I would wake up. So I go to bed 7 in the morning, wake up to a FaceTime from him at like 10, 11 in the morning EST. And he's like, dude, the video's flopping. We're going broke. It's over. I'm like, dude, come on.
I would freak out. Like, I'd get immense stress. But now I don't care anymore because I know like we have a machine running. The proof of concept is there. We have our formulas in place that took us a few months to build. And it's just going to do its course, run its course, do its thing.
Yeah.
YouTube analytics might be the most addictive social media.
For
Like,
sure.
Dude, when you get the fireworks and the 1 out of 10, oh my
it's
God.
I'm like
amazing.
happy as hell.
Yeah.
Like,
You know-
taking my girlfriend to dinner, like just happy. So.
Where I am, they're seeing if they should remove, because when you get views down, it's the gray arrow down. It used to be a red arrow. Yeah. They're seeing if they should remove that to like take away the mental stress of like having a video.
They're
flop.
trying to
Please do
remove,
it, 'cause
they're
I'm
trying to
a
remove the
monkey.
1 out of 10 thing. Some people are saying they want the 1 out of 10 or the 2 out of 10 thing removed, and I think that's
Dude, I want the
horrible.
fireworks.
I think people should
it's good for it's good to get you to work.
you know, I feel like people should see their 6, 7 out of 10s and think I'm a failure. I need to do this again.
But
do better.
Also, this comes into
It's just narcissism.
People tie their self-worth to how many views they pull. And
It's hard not
especially
to, bro.
When I was 15, in August of 2020, when I was 15, I pulled 50 million views in a month on long form on Fortnite. And then September 2020, I went back to school. I wasn't uploading as much. People are back in school, whatever. And I got like 10 million views that month. And I'm like, holy fuck, I'm a failure. What is going on?
The world is
But
versatile.
subjectively, like that's amazing.
10 million views
100%.
on long form is amazing, but it's because every single video I was uploading 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10. I'm like, damn, like I'm falling off.
Dude,
I lost the sauce. What
I'm
is it?
falling off. That's a hard thought.
And on social media, bro, it's so versatile. Like, it's so versatile. You can be on top of the world one day, and then 10 of your videos could flop in a row the next. And it might not be because you're just making worse videos. It just might be for any given reason.
The trend's dying.
Like,
Yeah.
there's
The meta.
people can get so wrapped up, and I've personally got so wrapped up in like a little season where our videos won't perform as well. But now I've learned to be like, it's fine because
it's seasons. That's a good way to put it.
It's gonna go.
Seasons.
It's a seasonal business, okay? And it might not be an autumn business or a December business, but it's seasonal in the fact that trends die. You have to adapt to the new trend, or concepts
good way
might
to
die,
put it,
and you
yeah.
have to adapt to the new concept. So now I've learned not to get stressed anymore. I don't FaceTime him at 10, 11 a.m. anymore, freaking about our views. I'm more normal with it now, and if a video doesn't perform, be like, tomorrow's will perform well. If it doesn't, the next days will perform well.
That's like really important, actually. I know
It
so many
is.
people who have like they've succeeded in one season
Yeah.
and then they never adapt.
But I hear podcasts where people say, "Don't worry, just don't get stressed," and I'll be like, "How, dude? I'm getting stressed. Like, how can I not get stressed?" But now I've come to the point where it's like, it's really not that deep, because if you know what you're making is the best that it can be, why are you stressing?
This is something that's
Why are you
interesting.
That's so good advice.
It ties into like why you're making the videos. Like if this podcast got 5,000 views for the next year, would you keep making it?
Yeah, because
Interesting.
technically, the only nuance here is that to the point of views, the quality of guests that you can get on typically does
Yeah.
correlate to
Yeah.
how many views you're getting. And so luckily for me, I choose to not have famous, popular people
Yeah.
on this podcast because I like meeting people like you in the trenches, like getting success doing
Yeah.
the
That's a
ads.
big thing
And
with
then making
podcasts.
this selfishly.
Yeah.
Like I had you guys on here because I run a media company and
Yeah.
I just want to learn how I can do it, and I'm just stealing all these ideas, and so I
Yeah.
get like a free course out of this,
Yeah.
right? And same with every one of my guests, not like that maliciously, but like that's what I can
Yeah.
do.
A
lot of
Like, I can
podcasts
ask
do that,
questions
though.
I need help with.
They get like
and it
big
helps me.
people, and
So
then
that's
when
why
they
I
don't,
would say yes.
yeah.
Still,
Interesting.
A lot of podcasts will get like big guests, and then when they don't have the big guests, it completely falls off because people are reliant on the big guests.
Also,
so
yeah,
what you do is perfect.
when I started on the
Thank you.
when I started on the Not Luke channel, I was just posting Fortnite montages just because I felt like it, and I was like 14, so I'm like,
I used to make Call of Duty trick shotting videos,
Same thing.
and I was an editor when I was 12. So
And then there was a point where I sort of like took a step back and I realized like, oh, this is like a business now. This is not just like I'm posting.
now people are
montages.
depending on you.
Now it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh, I have editors that I'm paying. It's like,
Yeah.
damn, like I'm actually making money on this. And it's a double-edged sword because I love making money, but also it sort of like takes the joy,
The fun out of it.
Like, okay, well, I can just make a montage today and troll in the montage and
Yeah.
just like that type of thing. So
That's just the evolution of business and like
Yeah.
the level you go. 'Cause each
Personally, I
level's-
still have so much fun and make
Good, hell
money.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like, but yeah, there are times I'm like, dude, I don't want to do this. And then we have employees that are full time that rely on our income
Dude,
to do it. Like we have a
Yeah.
full time employee that their full time job is to do with us, and that's like, it's a stress a bit, but it's like it makes me feel so happy. Like I can provide people with money to jobs to go out, help their families,
real
go
fulfillment.
like,
Yeah.
it's so sick in a way. Like, dude, we're 15, like he's 18, I'm 16, like it's crazy.
Yeah, and as you get older, you guys will probably see a lot of success. Imagine you have 100, 200 employees, but then you have to be like, I got to be careful sharing my opinions on social media. I got to
Yeah.
be careful saying this because people that work for me might disagree, and then they might
Yeah.
not want to be a part of this mission and stuff. So
Yeah,
it's just
exactly.
evolving and maturing. This is boring shit. I'm sorry.
It gets to the
It's
point
important,
eventually
though.
where it's more of a business than not.
Yeah.
And that's the point where you kind of have to reevaluate how you present yourself and how you talk about certain
Yeah.
things. For now, though, I'll just be extremely controversial. Not kidding.
I love making videos, but when I get a call from an editor at 5 a.m, I
Yeah.
don't like making videos. So
Everyone likes the idea of being CEO until they have to
But
be
there's
CEO.
the stresses, dude. We
Yeah.
put out fires on a daily basis.
it's literally that. Yeah.
Like it's
I-
only putting out fires. Like we have people, editors. Sometimes they'll be sick and they won't be able to get video for 2 to 3 days. 3-hour notice. We have to get someone else on it, or else 10 videos won't be uploaded in 3 days because we have multiple channels. We're like, dude, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? And these things happen so consistently, and like it's insane the problems that we have to solve. They're stupid problems sometimes, or sometimes they're big ones. And then now we look back on it like that was a funny thing that we had to go through, like big things that we went through at the time.
You can look back on it and enjoy. There is, maybe you guys can relate to this. No single better feeling than waking up in the morning, looking at my phone, 0 texts. Just,
Dude,
Dude,
I have not had
dopamine,
that.
just-
when
I've not had that.
when I got off of this flight,
it's not common.
dude, when
Not
I flew from Montreal to Arizona to be on this podcast, when I got off the flight, 42 text notifications. I'm like, dude, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, my Wi-Fi cut out for a bit on the plane, and I had like around 30 or 20. And dude, it's just because.
I don't
Oh
want to
my
complain,
gosh.
but
I've gotten a million texts while doing this podcast, I think.
yeah.
how
I mean,
many I've
I
got
get
it.
it. So imagine like what Elon
Oh
Musk is
my
going
god,
through.
look at all of this stuff, dude.
Yeah.
Like so many notifications, but
Yeah.
I love it, dude.
It's
I
a good
just
problem to
love
have
it. I
for
love
sure.
it.
And most people in the world are lonely, so I'm sure they would
Every
love someone to be
conversation
texting
I
them,
have
but-
in terms of business just takes me to the next level. Whether it's fixing an editor's thing or talking with someone about a potential business model, just increases the value of the business, makes it better. So I enjoy it. But you know, sometimes it has its downsides where editors just won't do, or script writer, or just employees just kind of fumble, and it's annoying.
I
but
find this hilarious.
That's the
fine.
weight on your shoulders as the leader, though.
yeah,
All
it's
of the
fine.
employees that we hire are older than him. So
Yeah, I'm the youngest
sure you
person
couldn't.
at our
I'm sure it'd be
company.
illegal to hire someone. younger than-
actually,
I'm younger than
we
him,
might
but-
have an employee. I feel like we have an employee that's 15 that's an editor, but like most of the, despite that though, we run our business through Discord.
Same.
And the average age of our employee is maybe like 20. So it's like,
Yes. No. So what online communities do you guys hang out in?
uh,
Because I think that's how I made my
So,
whole network. How I
yeah,
met my
me for
friends.
now,
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Now I've met so many people through the business community. Like I'm really involved in like business Twitter. So like seeing people post
Like
like
money Twitter.
yeah,
Is
like
that-
money Twitter and stuff. But I'm also super immersed in like the old community that I was in, which was the Fortnite community with him.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
we still follow hundreds of people from there, talk with them on a daily basis. It's kind of just a mix, like Minecraft people, just because we're kids. So like we're involved in
Mhm.
all these things. We've played these games. So-
I just try talking to other YouTubers, right? Like
Yeah,
other
for
people that are
sure.
doing YouTube automation. This is how that's what I
We
love
formed
to
a
do.
circle even like
Yeah.
about all this
And
with Snap.
Yeah,
and-
on Snapchat, we literally had a friend group that was dominating on the top 20 shows.
All of us,
We
dude,
ran
all of us.
18 of the top 20 shows in this one Discord chat.
That's absurd.
It was
That's-
5 of us just from nothing to everything within 2
Yeah,
months,
yeah.
and it was so overpowered because
You're sharing all the
we
information.
were
of
all
what's
the
working.
best, and
Yeah.
we'd share all the information, and you just could not stop us.
That's how the world works.
And
though.
don't stop
it's funny.
us.
It
That's
was
what
like
BlackRock is.
it was
like.
friendly competition too, to where like
It was
we're
so
all competing
fun.
against each other. We're
Yeah.
all in the similar niches, but we're all
And, like,
making money, all
so
sharing
good,
secrets.
dude.
It was good, yeah.
Because like there was nothing like that, especially on Snapchat. Like maybe YouTube, there was stuff like that from 2018, 19, but seeing as Snapchat such a new platform, no one really had these communities built. You couldn't go to someone and see, oh, he's a big Snapchat show guy. Like I'll go talk to him. It just kind of happened that our friend group started Snapchat together, became the biggest together, and just overtook the platform.
And that's why you guys
together.
were getting asymmetric results.
Oh, 100%.
So-
We were improving every video, like, and we'd see their stats, what didn't work for them, and even if we didn't have the same problem, we just fixed their problem on our show, and that would prevent the problem from happening to us eventually,
Yes.
and same for them. So a lot of little things like that just really helped us, and that's why it's really good to have a little community of people in the same like kind of business that you're in, or even people who are just business smart or know what they're doing, to talk about and just help you improve in your own
Yeah,
business.
online communities are the most valuable aspect
Yeah,
of my
100%.
life, without a doubt.
Most valuable people
Bro,
I've ever met is online.
1,000%. That was all like a bunch of our employees are from the Fortnite community, which is just so
Yeah.
random. The crossover, it's because we were both there.
100%.
So it's just like a script. We have a script writer right now that's like 17. And we just like taught him how to script write because he was like our friend.
From nothing,
It's
like he didn't know scripting. He did not know scripting. He just edited Fortnite videos, and we turned him into a script writer. And now he's full-time script writer for us, and he just learned everything about what we do. So you could turn people who don't really know what they're doing into a mold, and turn them into the perfect employee. So like, there's so many things. It's fun.
It's buying versus training talent as well. And like, I personally have loved working with people that I'm actually like friends with and like cousins and
So much
close
better.
friends in real life. And it's
Trust is important.
It's an interesting dynamic because when I say that, people are like, oh, but like, what if your friends snake you in something? I don't know. I completely trust my friends. They're never going to snake
Yeah,
me.
100%.
So we're like, I can train them how to do this, and they've made tens of thousands of dollars through like working for us. And it's amazing. But I don't know. I would rather do this than go to some scriptwriter that's worked on like movies or something and like turn them. And like, maybe they do have great scriptwriting ability, but I don't know.
When people are like good at what they do already, and you hire them, they have this kind of preconceived notion of how to do their job,
Right.
and they might not be able to adapt as
But
easily to what you need from them.
Also-
So training someone could have that great effect.
Also, I have to say, it
That's a good
depends on
point.
the role, right? For Snapchat, this really, really works. But also for YouTube, you can't like train someone to. Well, you can train someone to learn After Effects, but it very much helps
takes a long time.
if it's an editor
if
that
they
already
have the
knows After
basis,
Effects.
like if they
Yes.
have the basis of what they can do, but they're maybe not an expert at it or very proficient, then it's very easy for you to mold them to what you want them to do. And like we've had employees that started with us on Snapchat and now is our full-time employee for YouTube as well. So they've directly correlated into YouTube. His cousin, for example, was a full-time employee on Snapchat. We started YouTube, and now he's a full-time employee for YouTube as well. So he's very easily trained and molded because of the way our dynamic is and the way we run our business. It's very easy for people who are experienced with us to mold into everything we start.
My one piece of advice from being an elder for you guys here is to really take value in that, because you guys have something that all the older established people want, and they might have the fancy titles, the fancy big company, the big brand name, and that might be like, oh, that's what I need to be, that's what I need to like achieve for. But older people are very conscious of how young you are, and it's very easy for them to like kind of manipulate and say the right things to you and to like lure you in, when in reality they're kind of trying to entrap you and get you to work for them or to leverage your skill and talent to make them money.
Yeah.
And they're going to say every right word, because there's very smart, much older people that can really like dangle a carrot in front of you. And so being able to trust your employees, being able to trust the people that you're hiring on and training firsthand is actually the superpower. And I did not learn, I had to learn that the hard way. I got scammed out of tens of thousands of dollars, put into bad contracts, bad business partners. So because of your age, people will see that as an opportunity. You already referenced that earlier in the podcast that you're aware of it, which is great, but just be double aware of that. And so like my business partner, I've went to school with him since kindergarten.
Yeah.
So I know there's not like any like back end intention.
Like that's the best people
but
that
be
you can
hyper
be in business
defensive,
with.
especially after this podcast, because people are going to see you as an opportunity for themselves.
Yeah, and one thing that a lot of people have contacted us both about is like, dude, how have you trained your staff to be so efficient and work so well? Because there's people in the same business models as us, but they just can't have the same output as us, be as effective as we are. We've just trained so well.
For example, I'm not going to say the specific story, but there was like this story that came out on Twitter, like pretty big thing specific to the show that we were running. And we're like, oh, if we make a video on this, this is an easy 3 million view video. And this was after January, to where it was like a bit harder to pull views. So literally like we saw it on Twitter, and in 2 hours, the video was uploaded.
With our employees, like just it's a machine, dude. We've
script
built
writing, voiceovering, editing.
Having young people is really the goal, because you guys are like living in
it's just a bunch of crackheads.
And like a lot of people are like so like surprised, like how do you get your employees to get things turned around so quickly? Like how are you so like proficient and efficient with your staff? And it's just because we're friends with all of them. We can have much more chill conversations with every single one of them. We can tell them exactly what we want, and we sit on hour-long calls. Like a bunch of the long-haul calls that we have now aren't really to like, they're just to train the employees to make them as good as they are, and then that just solves a lot of the problems.
But then you're working with them every day,
100%.
hand in hand, because you're doing it firsthand yourselves. You guys did it first, and now you can show them exactly.
There's still
how it should be
things
done.
in our brain that we have that might not have come up, that we forget to tell them, and when it comes up, we have it stored back there from our problems that we've had to solve to tell them, and that just builds the best ecosystem for our business.
Yeah, if you don't understand it, you can't hire for
100%.
it.
Yeah, when we were hiring out employees, it actually did not occur to me that people don't work on weekends. I
Right?
swear to God,
dude.
right? I was like,
Oh my god.
and like,
Oh my god.
we 100% have employees that do not work on weekends. So like, I'm not trying to like, it's like, it's the type of thing where,
conditioning. It's so weird to me.
but dude, most of our employees work Saturday, Sunday. They can pick up the phone at like 9 p.m. on a Tuesday.
Social media does not sleep on Saturday and Sunday.
And a weekend, like the weekend concept is like a social construct. Like what is,
Yeah,
you
I
just
know.
wake up and it's a day. There's no difference.
I
Like it's just
know.
a day to
I
day.
think, bro, I don't know what it is. I feel like with corporate jobs, obviously they're conditioned to not work on weekends,
Right.
and it's understandable. People can have breaks. I love what I do, right? I don't care about breaks at
It's
all.
not work. This is just what I wake
it
up
isn't though.
and-
It's kind of just like a thing. Like I'll check my phone now, do a bit of work, but it's not work to me. It's just
You're
kind of
entertaining your consciousness.
I got stuff
Like,
done,
I
and
wake
it
up
was
this
work
is
at
what
the
I
same
wanna do.
time, and that's kind of the business we're in, and that's kind of the business our employees are in, because their work is so like flowy and like we're just like, we want this idea today.
Have you
All right,
given
go
them
get it
like
done.
ownership or revenue splits, incentives?
No
at all?
revenue splits. It's
No.
completely flat rate.
We don't
That's
give
why.
revenue splits.
We've trained.
Savages.
Well, I mean, so it's the type of thing to where like we train all of the employees from zero. Like it's rare that we bring in, and 100% we have done this, and like faceless channels especially, this really helps when you have great editors, and we pay we were paying crazy amounts of money every single month to our employees. Like we pay our employees very well, to where like if we're making good money, we want you guys to make good money too. It's just the incentives have to be aligned for
The more money
everyone
we
to
make, the more money they make, and that's
work.
literally
Yeah.
exactly equal to how we do it all the time. If we make more money, you're gonna get more money
Good.
because you're putting in more effort to blow us up. Like, obviously, it can't be more appreciated. Like, there's no like capture appreciation for these employees. Like, they're so good. So
And then if they work with you guys for a year or two and they're smart, they can learn it and then eventually go do it
I
themselves if
literally,
they want to.
I push my cousin and my friends and like all of our dude, like you should start your own channel. It's like you have the skills now to do this. I push them to do it, and this doesn't compute in my mind, but it's just some people don't want to do that. Some
like
people
our
wanna be an
editor.
employee.
right.
our editor just
Different
started
brain
off by
types.
being our editor, and then we introduced him to the Snap world, and he started running like his own like Snap shows, had some percentages, and like he was like working with people and started his own like little company.
Yep.
Okay, so have there been any like learning lessons or
Yeah.
growing pains?
Yes,
Yeah.
very much so.
There's a crazy story here to where in January January was when we had that crazy month on Snapchat. And I ended up dropping out of school for that, or I dropped onto one class. I was basically
Because
like,
our expectation was like, yo, this is
Yeah,
going to
this is
be
the norm, yeah.
forever. Like,
yeah,
We're
very
millionaires
naive. We're
now.
like, oh, we're just gonna keep making this crazy money for the next 10 years. Like, it just very naive of us. And obviously, we're young. We just started business.
and we only
but-
had one show at the time. We were not
Yeah.
running a mass production scale. We were just doing all the work ourselves and running one thing.
And then I literally remember 3 days after I dropped my classes, our views like completely dropped off. We were making like no money anymore. And then it continued like that for a couple weeks to where I'm like, oh shit, like
That's scary.
this is not working. So it's like I was not in school, grinding every single day, and it was just not working.
But
And
then we like positioned it. We thought to ourselves like, okay, we can adapt from this. Like, this isn't what it's going to be forever, and there's a reason for that. So obviously at the time, we always had the idea to ourselves, like, yo, let's just make many shows. Like, if we're doing all this money on one, we can do it on others. But we were too complacent because we were doing so well on one. We thought, what's the point of maybe risking not doing well in another and spending time on that? Because at the time, like we said, we didn't have the idea of hiring employees. So it turned to the fact that our views dropped to really like low numbers. We weren't making a lot of money. And then we started making new accounts and started scaling those. And then that's when we started hiring our first few employees, but we were still very, very on hand. And like we said, in January, we made $600,000. In February, we made probably like, what was it, 100 or like 70? This is total, by the way. So
sounds like a lot, but like when after all splits, after media
cost,
agency,
everything.
like the partner takes the percentage, we split money, we pay employees. Like it dropped off very significantly to the number that I had in my mind of like, okay, if I hit this, I can drop out of school and be fine.
And like
that makes sense.
Within a month after February, so within the end of March, we scaled back up to 500, 600,000 revenue from absolutely nothing again. And this time it was across 8 to 10 shows. So we spread it. So we spread it perfectly because the Snap environment changed to where you had to really like grind and create specific videos to get good views. Because back in January, there was a lot of hot topics like that we could just make views on and really get ourselves pushed, but news dies down. Like, it doesn't stay as heated at all times. So we had to really spread ourselves and make like 8 to 10 accounts, and we scaled back up to like high 6 figures. And basically it was just through trial and error, looking at the algorithm graphs and everything, and we scaled back up to what we had. So we went from everything.
What a roller coaster.
We went from nothing to everything to nothing to back to everything again. So,
and I'm sure there's going to be a bunch more trial and error that 100%. We go through of like, okay, well, this isn't working anymore. We have to pivot. And it's the type of thing to where like, it just like you have to be able to adapt to all these situations. Like, there's so many random shows that came out of what we were running, or like so much stuff that was just unaccounted for. Like, dude, when I started, I didn't realize that I could hire employees. How dumb is that notion? But like, I don't know. I was just like, oh no, I know how to script write. I'll just script write everything myself. But like, it didn't even occur to me that I could train script writers. It didn't occur to us that we could run 15 shows. Yeah. Right. So it's just sort of like we learned a lot through trial and error, and hopefully people use this podcast to, if you want to start faceless YouTube channels, whatever, you can sort of learn from what we've talked about.
It's about the hustle, though.
And exactly like we said, like
if
we had done the same thing that we had done in
skill.
January if we had done the same thing that we'd done in January in March and April, we would have not seen the same success. We had to adapt, and we had to overcome what was not working, and we had to pivot. And
how often do you have to pivot now?
Now we have a mass spread of 8 to 10 accounts and stuff. So we pivot, but it's pretty small because we have so many accounts that we're running, and maybe one certain niche doesn't really have to pivot as much as the other. Another one might really have to pivot 1 month to the next. Yeah. But we kind of understand the way the internet works now, and the way we structure our videos, and the way we talk about things.
We say this now, personally for me, it's how do I build something that's bigger than just, because like 100%, like I love Snapchat and all of this, but it's like, how do I build an actual company out of this? Like, how do we just stop running this as a side hustle? And that's the pivot that we're going through now, to where, I don't know, it's sort of like different levels of problems. And obviously you get paid based on the level of problem that you can solve. So just figure, it's sort of like orders of magnitude of like, okay, we've gone through the Snapchat grind and YouTube grind. What is a level above this that we can now tackle?
It's a maintained thing now. Like, it's what it's at, and it might not go to 10x more revenue than it's at now, but it won't decrease 10x revenue than it's at now. It's at a maintainable point. So now it's like very doable and efficient for us if we just get everything in place to like grow onto bigger things and start companies and really build generational wealth.
Success in business is staying in business. Like, that is success.
100%.
And growing.
And
and
it might not be the same business.
If we don't quit, we don't lose. Right. So
what's your management system? Can I ask that?
Yeah. 100%.
Like, what tools are you using now that you have a team? Like, how are you like, or you have 8 channels, 10 channels. Like, is this someone's full-time job just to upload on every platform?
Yeah, so we have
we have uploaders.
My cousin uploads.
That's a job.
Yeah, literally. Because uploading on Snapchat is a
tedious.
It's more tedious than YouTube. Yeah. So we would have.
Do you have to upload it in like the segments, or is it just?
No,
it used to be.
It used to be segments. They changed it, but it would auto cut segments. So you just upload the full video. But yeah, we run like 80% of our business through Discord, and then
you have your own channel where it's like internal comms.
We did, and that's where we like send out our invoices every month. But that's where we talked a bit of employees. But Mostly we structure it in group chats. We just find it's easier because we get the notifications, but we use certain like websites like Monday, Notion.
Yeah, when it
and
was
these things.
internal, like for January on Slam Dunk, we used Trello.
Yeah, Trello.
And then when we started
Trello.
adding more team members, we're on Monday.com now. And I mean, Monday's great, but like to be honest, I just have all my employees' phone numbers. I call them if I need anything.
Yeah.
And then we have
that's
Discord
exactly
group
what we
chats.
do.
That's really just for people within the organization to see what other people are doing.
Yeah, so we have like things, for example, where we'll post our new video idea every day to the certain channels Monday, and then it will go down a list where is the script writing done? If it's done, check done. Is the
Where are
voiceover
they
done?
checking it done?
On Monday.
On Monday.
Okay.
So we have the idea
Like
that's
a Kanban
posted.
board, or is it like?
So
It's kinda
this
like-
is hilarious. I showed one of my friends our Monday the other day, and he actually he's like, dude, you guys are so stupid. Why are you running it like this? It's the most complicated process ever, but it's just like we've
It
had
works.
this for a while.
It works.
It's
yeah.
literally
If it's
like
not broken, don't fix it.
we make a new board every time, and it's like this is the day's videos, and it's like script writing, editing. So you just like click through like done and everything. Kanban board would have been 10 times easier if I knew what that was when I made Monday.
I still don't know what that is, but
It's like a Trello board.
oh, okay.
It is,
yeah.
yeah, Trello boards, exactly.
Oh yeah, but it works. We don't really use that section much because, like we said, we have numbers. Just call them, text them if anything pops up. We kind of know how everything works from each section of people, but like a script writer might not know exactly how the editing process works as fluently, so they can't really track.
Throughout like
Because we oversee everything. we
literally
know.
20 minutes ago in this podcast, I got a text from our script writer like, yo, what are the ideas for these shows for the
Same for the
today?
editor who texts us. So like, there's a bunch of things like that, but. Yeah, we have organizational things for the people who work on these types of subjects to see like, okay, the script is done, I can go to edit it now. But we know that already because we overrun everything. But yeah, it's for
So you guys, Discord is where like the main communication
yeah,
is.
like
You guys have Monday to
80%,
track
90%.
tasks,
Yeah.
task tracking
It's like
for the
to
flow.
track what's been done. Yeah.
And
so who
Notion, we used to track like back in the day, not as much. We'd be like, okay, we're opening up 3 new accounts this month. By when are we going to open them up? What are they going to be called? What are the niches we're going to make them in?
like the creative planning.
Yeah, exactly.
Personally, I use Todoist or just like Apple Notes to just like track everything. And this is like the funny curve of like the productivity guy where it's like they start on Apple Notes and then they get the whole like complicated productivity system and then they go back to Apple Notes.
Yeah.
I went through that. I was like, dude, how do I be ultra productive? How do I maximize my time? If I have an idea, I write it in Apple Notes. And then sometimes I use Todoist. I have whiteboards next to my desk that I'm just like, okay, write
We're
down
big
this
whiteboard
idea.
guys.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
whiteboards so
Like-
much, bro.
Like, well, I write like all my visions down on my whiteboard and like what I want to do
When
and
we
how I want to get it done.
this is hilarious. When we started Snapchat, we were in a call with one of our friends that has done
Oh, I
Snapchat, and
remember
it was like a super motivational call, like just a feel good.
He was in Snapchat at the time and we were not.
And I think, what did you write down on your whiteboard? 10,000 a
Yeah,
month.
yes. So I have it here on my
There we
phone.
go,
I'll
boys.
read it to you.
That's where most people want to be, dude.
Yeah,
Just
this was
10,000 a month.
I wrote
Well,
this.
dude, that's where
all.
we wanted to be. We were making like no money.
Goals 2023, 10K a month consistently, 6 figures by the end of the year, 2 or more successful Snapchat shows, $20,000 in at least 1 month, meet up with Luke, scale to 5 successful shows, and 1 month with $100,000. And we smashed that in 1 month.
So you edited his Fortnite videos? That's how you met?
Yeah, like back in
When you were
2020.
12 or 13.
Yeah, 12 or 13, I used to edit for him. And then we
Yeah.
like...
How'd you find each other? Discord
Through an
community?
agency, like just Twitter and stuff.
Was that through Upskilled?
Yeah, we met through there and then...
Where?
It was a creative agency that I partnered with, and I would just be like, hey, just like get me editors for my videos.
But then I started just working with him privately,
Yeah.
like just us. Because, you know, they
Shady.
take those
No,
cuts, man.
There's a story I can't tell here.
No, but like, yeah, I used to work with him privately, edited a bunch of his videos, but then he kind of stopped posting. So we just kind of didn't work. Didn't talk for like, what, a year and a half, 2 years?
Yeah.
And then he just
I
put me in a call.
This entire business started from a tweet that I saw on my timeline of my friend, our mutual friend, who was already doing Snapchat. And he had posted a YouTube plaque on his thing, and I didn't even know he ran a YouTube channel. So I was like, oh, he ran a YouTube channel secretly, a faceless channel. And it ended up being with one of my other friends, and one of them was script writing and voiceovering, and one of them was editing.
It was the same model that we have, basically.
Same model that we did on Slam Dunk Shorts. So one day I called the guy whose plaque it was, and I'm like, yo, do you want to do this with me? And he's like, no. So then I'm like, okay, give me another editor. And he was really good friends with that guy. So
that guy would give me work all the time.
I
I was my best friend, so he put me in contact with him. If he didn't put me in contact with him, like,
yeah. And then we just literally that was October. So it's funny. What we've been talking about on this podcast has happened in 9 months.
Yeah, it's only been like a year.
It's been less than a year.
Not even a year.
Yeah, so
everything.
That
like all roller coasters,
that happened.
everything.
We started the channel October 14th, 2022, and It's funny. I look back and like I literally
How have things changed from that start to now?
Oh, dude. Well, I mean, we were making no money now. Now we're actually making money. Like I didn't know what was possible, and now I honestly believe that I can do anything in terms of like content space.
100%.
I know what we're going to do.
Yeah.
In like a couple of years, it's like just let us cook, bro. We are going to do big things.
Yeah, dude. Like the cap on my brain before I got into this business was like, if there was a cap to it, okay, there was a cap, and maybe it was a 50,000 or 60,000 a month cap or around there, and just from what I've seen is possible and from what I've glimpsed myself, I feel like literally any amount of money is possible with the skills that we have. Everyone in the world wants to get reach on whatever they're doing. Anything they want to do, a product, a company. We are experts in getting reach. Therefore, we could start companies, join companies, buy out companies and make them better. We could do anything we want with the skills we have. So it just makes me feel like I'm 16, right? So by the time I'm like 22,
You're getting up there, dude. You're getting up there.
By the time I'm like 22, by the time I'm like 22 or 23, like, bro, anything's possible. Crazy.
I fucking love your attitude, dude. That's awesome. But just so I know the system, sorry. Discord for communications, Monday.com for task management. What are you doing to accept payment from Snapchat? To Stripe, PayPal?
No, Snapchat.
ACH,
It gets paid through
Wire?
It's wire transfer, yeah.
Okay. And then you're uploading, or is there any sort of like uploading schedule tool software?
No, Snapchat has a built-in one similar to YouTube.
Okay, then thumbnails using Midjourney.
No, thumbnails on
Snap is
Snapchat are
very
super
simple.
simple. You just, it's
A screen grab of whatever the video is about, and you just title it well, and then you just go for it.
Are you using like Photoshop or?
Yeah, Photoshop.
Yeah.
Photoshop.
Okay, so I guess
Premiere
so.
for
Okay, so
editing?
if you want to dive super deep, okay, Google Docs for script writing, Premiere Pro for editing, Photoshop for thumbnails, Monday for organization if you're in a team, Discord for communication, text message for communication, and I really don't think there's much else.
Okay.
I mean, we'll see on Snapchat, like we would check in every single day and be like, okay, this video's not uploaded today. What the fuck's going on? And like call whoever was supposed to do that.
Yeah, exactly. So like if something isn't going on, because we check everything, right, to make sure everything's obviously up and running, and that's the fires that we have to put out. So if like something's sent late or something isn't sent at all, we kind of really have to get on someone's ass to get it done, right?
Oh, damn. Are you a hard ass leader, Daniel?
Bro, I'm like way more like mad at people than he gets. He's so laid back with people, and I'm really not.
We have like good cop, bad cop situation.
Me too.
So like, yeah, like I just, bro, there's so many problems, and like there's,
Daniel be raging at employees sometimes.
yeah, so then there's solutions, and then we find those creative solutions and get them done. But yeah, like if something like impossible seems like a problem that's impossible to solve, like for example, if an editor drops out last second, we have no replacement, we will find a replacement and get it done. Like we'll just solve any problem that
There's
happens.
literally been times where it's like, oh, scriptwriter can't do script today, then one of us take it. If video's not
Yeah,
edited
that's
today,
why we
he edits
know
the video.
everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
You have
that's
to.
it's so good
And-
to know everything you're doing, because
Yeah.
we could do it, and I don't want to be mean, but we could do it better than any employee we have,
We
which
taught
makes
them,
it
too.
perfect.
Yeah, exactly. But so this is the interesting thing about like corporate stuff. I find a lot of the structures of like corporate companies, a lot of the higher ups cannot do the jobs of the people that are
They're
lower
just
down.
there, you know, like to
Exactly.
do their job, but they don't know what these
So it's
people
like
are
we've
doing.
actually
It's
done.
impossible to
I will
set
never
level.
ask an employee to do something that I haven't done. If I have to like do some crazy outreach, I'll do it, bro. Like so,
Yeah,
it's just the
for
type
sure.
of thing where we've already been through it, so we understand how to manage it. It's exactly the type of thing for like a software company. It's so much more valuable if you're a manager of a software company and you understand how to code.
Right.
It can be done without it, 100%. Just it's very difficult.
100%. And you can communicate to people in the way they understand.
And there's so
Yes,
many like
yes.
little intricacies. Like
As an
I'll
editor.
see, I'll
Yeah.
see an edit that will look perfect to him. And like for example, there's been times where he'll review a video, he'll give like 3 or 4 revisions. I'm like, no. I'll go on it and give 35 revisions
Yeah.
on the video.
And it's the same thing vice
With
versa for script writing.
Bro, I
'cause-
think a script
yeah.
is perfect. I make like 1 or 2 changes. He goes through like, dude, what are you doing? And he changes
Yeah.
45 things with
Yeah,
the script.
exactly.
So, but like
It's an
he's
art form.
learning my craft. I'm learning script writing, and it like just it works.
I will never edit though.
Dream team.
I cannot. I used to edit my videos on Not Luke on the Fortnite YouTube channel
Oh, yeah.
myself.
It'll
I'm
kill your soul.
so glad that I don't have to edit anymore.
It's an
oh
art
my
form.
god.
I take a lot of pride in my editing. I love editing.
I
bro,
love
the
editing,
intros that
dude.
you do at the start are fire.
It only
which
took
is why
4 years of full-time video
Bro, I love it so
Yeah.
much. 'Cause I used to do it every single day. Like there would be times at like 12, bro. On 8 a.m.
12 years old, not
Literally-
12 o'clock.
Yeah.
No, like 12 years old. I'd start a video at 8 a.m. and I'd get it back at 10 p.m. and I would sit at my desk for 12 hours, like just bring food up to my room, get it done, and get paid like $300. But I didn't care. It was the most fulfilling thing in the world, because with editing, you create your craft and you curate the video. It's
creativity.
Exactly how you like it,
fun,
bro.
I got paid when I was like 12, literally 12. I was doing Call of Duty trick shotting edits for Bitcoin.
Yeah.
When Bitcoin was
For
250.
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin was $250.
Why are you talking to us?
I sold it at like for like $100.
Holy
So
shit.
That's crazy.
No, dude, it's crazy. I love editing, but there's so many like creative business models that I feel like everyone, like what we do started off with like doing a little task like editing or doing like thumbnail designing or something like that, and then eventually moved into the big things like
And
creating your own content.
This is funny. This is like a piece of advice for people that are listening to this that don't like that want to get into this space but don't understand. It's like my advice to all of my friends that want to get into YouTube is start a shorts YouTube channel, specifically right now
that's
shorts,
the best thing.
because it's so easy to pull views. Like you will be rewarded for very little. Like my best friends have started shorts YouTube channels and have had videos that have 100,000 views, million views, like that type of thing. And you learn the skills from that. Like, okay, you could think you're good at voiceover or script writing or editing, but you're just not going to be until you make 100 videos, 200 videos, 300 videos. So
Shorts though, you could learn very quickly.
and it's like, oh, what shorts do I make? This is like the tough answer, but it's just like you got to figure it out. It's like, I don't know.
I've taught my brother how to do shorts because he's getting into this stuff, and like he's doing very well now, and like it's like his second
do
weekend.
shorts pay well?
No, they don't
Yeah,
pay
I
well,
was
but for
gonna
the
say.
amount of effort you're putting in.
0.07 RPM. So if you pull a million views, you get paid
$700.
$700.
Which isn't bad because of how easy you can get
I
a
mean,
million
we
views.
had a on,
like,
Now.
on Slam Dunk.
No, you're
which-
good.
No,
on
with
Slam Dunk-
shorts, it's easy to go viral.
Don't be
Yeah.
naive. Or you're very skilled at what you do. is what I'm
We're,
trying to
yeah,
say.
it's just like that's like a winner's fallacy to
Yeah.
where like we think it's easy because we've done it before, but like Slam Dunk was pulling 150 million views a month on shorts.
And we didn't
Right.
post for 6 months. And the way shorts works is that, so we stopped posting to focus on Snapchat when we had 200,000 subscribers on Slam Dunk Shorts. We did not touch the account for 6 months, or like not 6 months, like 3 months. And from 200,000, it just ran its course and went to 1 million subscribers.
Because they would
on its
replay
own.
your old stuff.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the views that like the reoccurring views from shorts is insane. Like a video from 3 months ago can still be pulling
Yeah.
1 million views a day.
We're
It's really cool.
on Slam Dunk, we were literally not uploading and pulling 1 million to 2 million views a day, which is why shorts are like, I tell people to get into shorts because
They go forever.
it's the easiest way to see return on your effort, to where like,
It was making like $1,000, $2,000 a month as well, and we weren't touching it.
and this
And like
is the-
that's like decent money, like $1,000, $2,000 a month. Did not even look at the channel for 3 months, and that's
Yeah.
what it was making.
And also, like, when you imagine you have no skills, don't know how to make videos go viral, don't know editing, don't know script writing, you should not be focused on making money. Shorts will not make you money in the long term. They will
Yeah.
teach you skills.
Yeah.
And this is what you were talking about with the courses. It's like, it's all about skills. Dude, if you know how to edit, voiceover, script write, then you can start a YouTube channel. And
Your guys' business model isn't that complicated.
exactly.
Make videos, get
And we
ad
started
revenue.
from shorts,
Yeah.
just
Don't
learning.
overthink it, and then just
Exactly,
master that
exactly.
process.
And we learned it through shorts,
Yeah.
and that's how anyone can do
Dude,
it. They just learn.
If everything stopped tomorrow, I could get 1 million subscribers on a shorts channel in 3 months.
Yeah.
And the great thing about doing shorts is that you can like iterate so fast. Like you can learn every single
100%.
video.
Yeah.
This retention's better.
And like
retention's
obviously
better. This
shorts
is bad.
isn't there for
Change
money,
this.
but it teaches you so many
The
skills that could make you
yeah.
so
Yeah.
much
The
money.
Because the
reason
same
I-
concept applies to a 1 minute video and
100%,
an
yeah.
hour long
The
video.
reason I say shorts is because it's so much easier to make a shorts video than a long form video. So where long form videos, even us with like big production, like whatever, it'll take us like a week to make a full scale video that's like 20 minutes long, to where like shorts, we could literally, it would take me 20 minutes to write, 2 seconds to voice over.
Yeah,
He would
exactly.
edit in 20 minutes,
Yeah.
uploaded. Like, it's like pretty easy. So
Yeah, 100%.
I don't know.
I love it.
And like the thing is with shorts, obviously it's not there to make money, but I know people who like make their money off shorts, and because shorts obviously are 30-second to 40-second videos, the cost to create these videos are not that much. You're paying someone $10, $20 for this and this editing, and like roughly like 100 million views is roughly like $6,000. So like if you scale and really learn the art after a few months, you could have like 3-4 shorts channels with 100 million views a month, which once you've learned the skill is attainable because you have your past success and you see what can work and you just emulate it. So people are making like $20,000, $30,000 a short, and they're starting to repost
month.
onto TikTok a month. And they're starting to repost onto TikTok, which has their new creativity program that's making money. And they're starting to repost to these platforms because platforms are starting to pay people money.
So if you guys had to, I'm going to put you guys to the test here. Let's say you're starting a business. You're going to sell a product.
Yes.
Let's pick a random product. Let's pick like a sports drink. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna sell a sports drink.
It wouldn't work that way because the product has to be intrinsically viral, which is what Oliver did with tabs. He found so sorry to cut you off on this, but it would be I would look for an intrinsically viral product
and then shape it around the content that we can make around it.
I would look for a product that can be sold in retail, and I would look for something that I can sell a feeling more than just like specifically a product. Like Oliver sells chocolate for $30. He's not selling chocolate, he's selling sex. Right? He's
The
selling
katana guy is giving you the feeling that you're a samurai because he's selling katanas. So I feel like I'd base, like you said, just base the product around what you think has viral potential. So like, I don't know, there's a lot of like products that you could do around that.
If I did a sport, so okay, but to go back to your point, if I had to go to a sports drink, it wouldn't be like how I would start that. It'd be like, okay, if I go to Prime or Gatorade, what strategy am I putting around to leverage this to be seen the most organically? And like actually Logan Paul and KSI do a great job of this. To where
it's about them.
They get
just there.
a ton of organic reach on like, there was this whole thing with the Prime of like KSI with the Prime bottle on Logan Paul's, I don't even
like a monkey grabbing the Prime and running away.
Yeah, I can't even explain
them
this,
partnering up in general was like an amazing
No,
Yeah,
for
yes,
bro.
yes.
They were
And
enemies.
Logan Paul's a genius in his marketing, and the fact that there was a video specifically where like he gave the a Prime to a monkey and it
went
ran
viral.
away, and that video got like 60 million views on TikTok.
I love monkeys.
God
There's
knows
a-
how much money that made Prime.
I have a friend that sells I just see his tweets. He sells monkeys online, literally like toy
Frederick,
monkeys.
dude.
Frederick,
I
yes.
love, dude. Like I've talked to him a bunch, and the way that he structures his company is just tugging on what people find so interesting. So on TikTok, he'll take this monkey that's squishable and drop it from a sky rise.
Just throw it.
And just,
I've seen
and
it.
then
I've
it
seen it.
like claps. And he went to LA and he like started promoting his like his product with like Dixie D'Amelio and all these people just by getting into clubs. And like he's just mastered what it is, organic marketing with a viral potential product. And that's basically what that thing is. And he scaled that business to like
This is
high
something-
5-6 figures a month.
This
now.
is something interesting on
That's cool.
This would require a lot more thought of, imagine if we didn't have an intrinsically viral product, we just had a product that's killing it in retail. That's just like a typical, like a Gatorade or something like that.
Yeah,
How do we add
massage
our,
chair.
how do we add our brains to get that to sell more? Is there something that we can do organically viral? Like maybe, can we sell like the feeling that, oh, this massage chair
Mr.
is
Beast,
like,
stay 30 days in a massage chair
Yeah,
straight and win a
exactly.
private jet. Yeah.
there's probably something to do. It would require a lot more thought. The play right now with like what we have in our brains is just intrinsically viral product that we know will just hit automatically, and then it's just like figuring out the affiliates to that, figuring out that whole
Right.
system.
just
So
building the content ideas around it.
So what's next for you guys then? Like you guys just stumbled across this and have found amazing success in the last 9 months. What do you see your next few years looking like?
So you can go first.
I'm gonna try to take over the world.
Oh yeah.
No, shit.
That's a great answer.
But no, my whole thing is to figure out how to not fall into just the side hustle trap of like, okay, we're doing YouTube Shorts now, we're doing faceless channels now, we're doing Snapchat now. It's how do I build a bigger company? And this is something that I'm actively working on. And it's just like, is there a way that I can leverage what is in my head to not just be a Snapchat show, right? How do I get that to be something bigger?
Yeah, like I'm 16, right? So I can't really work for IPO companies yet and stuff. But basically, like, the plan is obviously to do bigger than what Snapchat and YouTube is. Obviously, they're great tools to make money, but like growing companies and blowing them up using the skills that I have in my brain is very doable and very achievable. So like the 10-year goal is to have actual companies that I have major equity in, these things that are worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and that can all be very easily achieved with what I have in my head, like so easily. Just the skills that I've built, I think I could get that done for sure.
Easily,
If
obviously.
I could place bets on people, I'd place a big bet right now. So.
When I say easily, sorry,
Yeah,
I mean
exactly.
easily to me, and not easily in the sense that it's just gonna be a breeze, but more
But
so
you're
I
willing
have the
to learn.
knowledge on how to do it, and I'll learn and adapt.
Right.
But I have the basis on how to get it done. I could blow up a video on any given day if the topic is good enough and if the product is good enough. So if I work towards something that has that potential, then I could turn it into $100 million company.
And you have the internet, you can learn anything.
And I have the connections that I've built that could help me do that as well. Connections is a big thing, and like
I mean,
yeah.
through this podcast, how many crazy connections have you made of like
At probably every one of these podcasts, I've immediately implemented one of these strategies.
We're about to go roast your videos and see if there's anything we can do.
First thing we're doing
to fix it. Yeah.
Okay, we're at the 2 hour mark, boys. So I think we laid out the game here.
2 hours already.
Is there anything you
Dude,
want to?
that breezed.
Oh, dude, I could talk to you guys for 6 hours, but I want to get to like
Yeah.
tactical stuff for my business selfishly. So we're gonna call it here. Is there anything else you think is important that you wanted to share?
I don't think there's any other crazy
Anyone can make it on
stories.
social media. Literally anybody from a 12-year-old to a 30, 40-year-old, all you need to do is just learn and you'll make it happen. Before I started, it seemed like such a far-fetched thing that there's secrets to the sauce and like no one really knows how to get it done. But then I just stuck my head in the mud and learned and failed, and then I made it happen. That's the only way to go about it.
Nice.
Banger advice right there. Hopefully this inspired you. Hopefully you took this positively. Try not to just discount their success or all these little, they're young, they could, whatever. Take what they said, take it seriously, and you can easily find the success they did if you work hard and learn the skills,
For
I
sure.
suppose.
Yeah.
But Daniel, Luke, thank you guys so much. Appreciate you coming out here.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Game,
much.
bro.
Let's go.
Banger.
Nice.
W.
Everybody, watch it multiple times. Other than that, have a wonderful day. See you next time.
Let's go.